Corruption, impunity, and lack of accountability are responsible for Nigeria's underdevelopment. As citizens, we have a duty to report wrongdoings that endanger the well-being of the society. See something, say something, blow the whistle today. Report corruption and other wrongdoings confidently and anonymously. Send tips to AfricMail on tips@corruptionanonymous.org or call 0811 877 1666 or the Presidential Initiative on Continuous Audit (PICA) on 0909 806 7946. Tips can also be submitted to the following anti-corruption agencies: EFCC, ICPC, Code of Conduct Bureau, or the Nigeria Police. This message is from the African Center for Media and Information Literacy, AfricMail, with support of MacArthur Foundation.
Start dying slowly if you do not travel, if you do not read, if you do not listen to the sounds of life, if you do not appreciate yourself. You start dying slowly when you kill your self-esteem, when you do not let others help you. You start dying slowly if you become a slave of your habits, walking every day on the same paths. If you do not change your routine, if you do not wear different colors, or you do not speak to those you don't know. You start dying slowly if you avoid the feel passion and their turbulent emotions, those which make your eyes glisten and your heart beat fast. You start dying slowly if you do not change your life when you are not satisfied with your job or with your love, if you do not risk what is safe for the uncertain, if you do not go after a dream, if you do not allow yourself at least once in your lifetime to run away from sensible advice.
Not a shame. People say they don't want you. You spend money to impose yourself on them. Is that not a shame? Somebody should lead because you are wanted. You should lead because they want you, they need you. People are happy with you. They say they don't want you, they don't need you. And yet you want to bribe people, compromise election to be in power. Is that not a shame? That you are rejected and yet you are imposing yourself. They don't need you, they don't want you. Clear out. Don't contest at all. Don't rig to lead. Don't kill to come into power. Let them need you. It's the people you are leading. It's the people who are that you are leading that should determine whether they want you. And as I speak now, let nobody be quiet anymore. Anybody you are, whether you are a pastor, anything you are, let nobody be quiet anymore. From everywhere, let people come out. Don't be a coward anymore. Let people speak. You see, silence most times means consent. If you are silent about evil, it means you are in agreement with that evil. You must not agree to be silent anymore. Whenever the occasion demands, you speak with audacity, with authority. Evil shall not rule our land. Evil, the same set of people who rule the land, misrule the land, destroy the land, are presenting themselves for leadership. That devil is a bastard liar. Including those who are architects of terrorism in Nigeria. Architects of it. If you have understanding, you will understand what I'm talking about. Those who are architects. Coming out. Say they want to be. It won't happen under God's watch. And it will not happen under the watch. It will never happen. Something must give way, and it is evil that will give way.
We all have dreams, but those who achieve theirs are the ones who have enough drive to weather the seasonal storms of life that soak up our energy. I've learned that life's race is like the race to reach 5,000 Facebook friends. If you are engaged in life and you are open to accepting new friends, you will eventually reach it. I've learned that inside every masquerade is a man shy about being himself. I've learned that mechanics see how well we have taken care of our cars. Doctors see how well we have taken care of our bodies. And pastors, imams, chief priests see how well we have taken care of our souls. But while the mechanic fixes your car, the doctor heals your body, the pastors and the imams fix themselves by exploiting your fear for the banishment of your soul. I've learned that even when we give God a day off, He continues to roll the dice. I've learned that the countercurrents of life beats us up. Those who make it are those who get up long after the wind has passed and leave them for dead. I've learned that life is like an Android phone. You cannot install in it an app made for iPhone. Blessed are those who know how much they need to know before they know how little they know.
System that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The power swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have the foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football. I tried like every over-the-counter whitening because I'm one of those people that like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you gotta leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with power swab, you snap it open and rub it on and it's good to go.
It didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab. Just gonna rub on my teeth and that was it.
The secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Gineker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With power swab, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the power swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
The CBS 2 Sports Team, connecting us all through our love of the game. New guidelines from health officials are changing the recommended period for breastfeeding babies.
Recently, the
and
American
his student
Pediatrics updated
by
its guidance for moms to extend
Rudolph Ogu Okonkwo.
from 1 year
After 10 years as a teacher, a young Okija man decided to go and express his gratitude to the most important person who taught him in school.
Everyone tries to do what's best
He
for
traveled 47 kilometers to see his old teacher in Nobi, where the 80-year-old man had retired. When he got there that hot afternoon, he saw the man resting under a mango tree with a small local breed dog often called Bingo, keeping him company. Around him was a modest bungalow with rows and rows of hibiscus and white gardenia planted around it. Some of the glass window louvers were broken and replaced with pieces of wood. The scent of blooming cashew tree filled the air. "Sir, you taught me in class 4, do you remember me?" the young man said after introducing himself. He wore khaki trousers with a white shirt, an old-school uniform his old teacher could quickly identify. With his failing eyesight, the old man did not recall the young man's face or name. After 30 years of teaching over 4,000 students across the old eastern Nigeria, most men at his age would not remember unless for exceptional cases. The young man was not surprised, considering it was over 20 years ago since he was in the old man's class. He, however, thought his case was exceptional. "What do you do now?" the old man asked him, shifting the wrapper around his waist to fully cover his arthritis-riddled knees. "I am a teacher," the young man answered, his eyes beamed as he said so. "That's nice," the old man said. "Teaching is a very noble profession. Even if everyone forgets about you when you are old and retired, you forever retain some of the beautiful memories of your time as a teacher. Even if your material reward were meager, you would cherish the knowledge that some of those you taught are the ones running the affairs of your country. In the rare case when your former student traveled far to come and see you, that is the ultimate. It is always delightful to encounter one of your former students and they remember you. Nothing beats that. Especially when they have a good memory of you. It beats being a police officer or a soldier, which were the other career options available to us then." The young man smiled. "You inspired me to be a teacher," he said. "How?" the old man asked, brushing off a mosquito that landed on his wrinkled arm. He could have crushed the mosquito without looking based on his sharp reflex, but he did not. Then, the young man told him the story of the day he changed his life. "I was in class 4, the young man started. On that day, a friend of mine came to class with a beautiful watch his father bought for him in Onitsha. All of us in class admired it. Being that my father was poor and could never afford to buy me a watch like that, when I had an opportunity, I stole the watch." He paused and glanced at the old man's face. It was expressionless. No judgment had formed, not on his eyelids and not on his bushy brows. "My friend whose watch I stole tried to get the person who stole his watch to return it but failed," the young man continued. "So he reported to you. You came into class and asked the person who stole the watch to bring it forward, but nobody moved. There was silence. I was afraid, not just afraid to return the watch, I did not dare to return the watch. At that point, I knew that I needed more courage to return the watch than the courage that I used to steal it." The small dog barked, wagged its tail and shifted away from the young man. Looking up, the young man saw the old man's jaw moving as if he was chewing bitter cola nut. "Then you closed our classroom door and asked all of us to close our eyes," the young man continued. "You went around searching each person's pocket. I had never been terrified as I was at that moment. I thought of bringing the watch out and dropping it on the floor, far away from me. But I dismissed it because though you asked us to close our eyes, I imagined everyone in the class was looking at me. I froze, in grave horror. When you came to my pocket, you found the watch. You took it. But you did not stop your search. You continued to search until you got to the last boy in class. You then went to the front of the class and asked us to open our eyes. When we did, you announced that you had found the watch." At this juncture, the old man gestured to the young man to sit on a green plastic chair beside him. The young man thanked him. When he had sat down, he continued with his story. "You did not say whose pocket you found the watch. You did not say anything to me in public or in private. You gave the watch back to my friend, the owner. That day, you changed my life forever. I went from facing the most shameful situation ever to having my dignity restored in 60 seconds. From that day on, I resolved to be a good person for life. You did not scold me. You did not quote the Bible or the Quran. You did not take me to a shrine. You did not read out passages from the Bhagavad Gita. You did not spell out any moral lessons from Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nelson Mandela, or Benjamin Franklin. You did not advise me to change my ways. Still, I got the message. After telling this story, the young man asked the old teacher, "Sir, do you remember this incident?" The old man smiled and said, "Yes. I remember the incident, but I do not remember you." "Why?" the young man asked, surprised. "Because, I, too, closed my eyes while searching the pockets of all of you," the old man said. "I did not open it even when I took the watch from your pocket." I continued. The old man dipped his hands into the pocket of a worn-out ISIA top he had on, brought out a pod of alligator pepper, 2 bitter kola nuts and an edible nzukle and offered them to the young man. "Welcome to my modest home," the old man said. The young man cheerfully accepted them with a gleeful reminder of Brené Brown's assertion that while vulnerability is the core of shame and fear and our struggle for worthiness, it is also the birthplace of joy, creativity, belonging and love. A great teacher knows that he doesn't have to humiliate in order to correct. A great athlete knows that he doesn't have to receive a medal in order to be a winner. A great believer knows that he doesn't have to fight for his God to demonstrate the affirmation of the creed. If you must humiliate anyone for you to correct, then you do not know how to teach. If you must get a medal to feel like a winner, you don't know that participation is everything. If you must kill anyone for you to save your God from humiliation, then you don't know the God you worship. This is a new version of an old Indian epic story. Rudolph Ogu Okonkwo teaches post-colonial African history at the School of Visual Arts in New York.
Welcome to another episode of Have Your Say. This is the program where we give you an opportunity to have your say on any issue of interest to you. Of course, on Wednesdays, we deal with issues of concern to Africans in the diaspora, that is, Africans who live abroad. Of course, because of the political season across the continent, we have elections in Nigeria, in everywhere. In Kenya, we are going to divide the show into two. The first hour, we are going to talk about issues of interest to Africans abroad. The next hour, we are going to talk about politics. Now, the subject we've chosen today is, the first segment will be about life insurance. I'm sure most of you abroad, they've all been in this situation where a Nigerian or an African dies abroad, and then the issue is what happens to the family, what happens to the people they left behind, and in some cases, what are we going to do about the body? Some people, they want to be taken home when they die, but they didn't have any provisions for that to happen. So we're going to have a conversation around that. And of course, where do you want to be buried? People don't want to talk about death, but people will die. We all will die one day. And maybe if we have more conversations around death, maybe something that is missing in our political life, because it doesn't appear as if our politicians think about this world as somewhere they will live. It looks like they think that they will be here permanently. So we're going to, this is not about my show, this is not about me. We're going to have other people get involved and we have this conversation. But today, just to give us the context, I'm going to bring in a special guest. He's an expert on financial services. He's a financial advisor. He's also a life insurance agent with a long years of experience. So it's my honor to bring in Tokes Abraham Adebowale to join us. Tokes, welcome to the show. Tokes, your line is muted. Okay, good. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome. How are you, Rosa?
Good. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So I brought you here today so that you can help us
have this conversation. There are a lot of people who are in this situation. You've been doing this for many years in terms of financial advice to people in the New York area and beyond. So I want to get your take on based on your experience, what have you seen out there in terms of how people approach planning for what happens when they are not here?
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to always join you, especially in a forum like this, because not only that every information you can use concerning regarding this type of topic is just like you empowering yourself, one way or the other, and indirectly too, you're empowering your family. Well, when it comes to life insurance, it should be foundation of everybody's estate. I mean, it should be number one too, something to put in place before you even buy a house or before you even start investing in stock market. Because the advantage of life insurance is that it's not only in death that is benefits you. You also can use it while you're alive, especially certain type of life insurance. It's a better product. Very comparable also to real estate. And you can control more dollars, pound for pound, when it comes to life insurance compared to real estate. For example, what I mean by that is that let's say that you want to buy $1 million home, especially in US here. I'm not talking about in Nigeria where you can come down with the money in cash. God bless you. So in US here, assuming that you are about 40 years old, you want to buy $1 million home, just for an example, your mortgage, even if you put 20% down, you want to finance the 800,000. Your monthly mortgage will roughly be between 8,000 and 10,000 per month, depending on where you live, and depending on the interest rate that you are getting. If you finance the 800,000, but the same $1 million in life insurance, whole life insurance, that is very similar to real estate. For a 40 years old, you can control this for less than one quarter of that, about 2,000 a month. So you can see the difference. And just like real estate, the life insurance too appreciate in value. And just like real estate, you have equity you can take out of the life insurance also. I mean, I'm glad that you have, you and your family well covered when it comes to life insurance. You know what I'm talking about. So to sum it up, mainly the purpose of life insurance is to help you or help a family protect their economic life value. All are part of their economic life value because death is inevitable.
Now, folks, I know that this is not a subject that Africans like to discuss. They don't like to talk about death as if it will never happen. And they think that if you don't think about it, if you don't talk about it, it's not going to happen. So let me bring in our guests, people who are joining us. We are going to spend another probably 45 minutes talking about this. Let's see where they are, what they are doing, if they have life insurance, if they want to be buried, where, when they die, or if they are not going to die. I have some people I don't think we ever die. One of them is Jude. Jude, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jude. How are you?
Hey, how are you, sir? How are you, my brother?
Paul is in Arizona. Paul will never die. Paul, welcome to the show.
Paul, you will live forever.
Amina. Let me say it like the Muslim people.
And of course, Austin, welcome to the show. Austin, your mic is off. Okay, let's see.
Thank you so much, Udo.
Okay, good. So for the record, I want to make it clear. Someone, hold on, Austin, I think it's you. Okay, I want to make it clear that none of you will ever die, and all the people who will watch us will ever die. But let me just start by asking, do you guys, have any plans? Have you thought about, life insurance? Is this something that you think is necessary? Let me start with you, George. You're in the middle.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people. I mean, people. I see some people they do have life insurance, but personally, I don't know. I've never been a fan to that. If anything, I will rather do whatever I can to have something that will sustain me while I'm still alive, myself and my family. For life insurance is basically for those whom you are going to leave behind, and for your family that are going to leave behind. If it's my children, well, the insurance I need to give my children is to give them whatever education, quality education I can give them, so that when they get out, they'll be able to fend for themselves. I cannot continue to save money for them that I don't even know if I die, whether they will even bury me, give me a befitting burial. Because
That's okay.
yes, that is the fact with my life. See what
that's true.
Especially kids in America here are doing to their parents. So you see some parents still working so hard to take care of their children that are even working. Whereas in my days, we take care of our parents. That is our culture. Your parents take care of you. That when you start working, you take care of them. But here in America, it's totally different. When you say, "Oh, the American kids," is that the same people you want to stress yourself in this kind of environment where it's hard to get a dollar? You want to stress yourself to work and be contributing life insurance for them, the people that don't even care about you?
All right, dude, hold on there. I know that Tokes will have answer to what you're saying, but Tokes, hold on. Let me hear from Paul and other people, then we can come back.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You can respond to them. Paul, you're in Arizona, and I know that there are bad people in Arizona. So, do you think about what do you think about life insurance and about the ultimate?
Well, I am a little bit privileged that my father started doing something like that when we were young, though not really with life insurance. My father bought stocks and shares while we were very, very young in UAC, Nestle, stuff like that. So we didn't really know anything, but I remember every year we see when they send us all those things. So immediately we started growing up, my father started teaching us about it, and I grew up with it. So working right now through my job place, I am covered, my wife is covered, my kids are covered. Then on top of it, I also have my own private life insurance, because anyone you get through your workplace, you might be so smiley. If you leave that job, you lose the coverage. So I have both right now.
Very good, very good.
Yeah,
that's good. I like the fact that USC and your father had those kind of stock, and it's a good lesson for young people. Austin, what's the situation? What do you think about life insurance? And yeah.
Definitely, life insurance. I came into United States in 2018, and when I came in, I looked around. I went home 2019, and I saw my life was not the same. I was like, "What's happening to me?" So the moment I came back, that was the first thing I dived into, life insurance. And what led me into life insurance? I lost a cousin in December 2018, and the pain and the grief of that cousin made me to understand what dying implies. And my mission or my primary motive that once I die, people will lose me, and they need to smile for something. And that is why I had to go into life insurance. And it gives value to my life. Since I started the life insurance stuff, it has made me to realize some dignity about myself.
Okay. Now let me before I come to Nick. Nick, I'll come to before I come to Nick. I want to mention say this. There are when you watch TV or you see most Americans and so they lose somebody, you see them smiling and you wonder this doesn't happen in Africa. And they come out and say things like, oh, he died doing what he loved and he's in a better place. But in Africa, people throw themselves on the ground and cry. And I've been asking why is it different? They said that somebody who dies here, they accept that death is inevitable for anybody, anywhere you are. But here, they also know that somehow the family is protected because they have life insurance. So the family will be looking forward to something that will help them to navigate life after that. But we don't have that structure other than people who have investments. But if you don't have investment, and most Africans don't have investments, to the level that you can say a life insurance could guarantee. So that's something that I wanted to point out. Neka, welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I guess your question is, where will we like to be buried? Is that
Oh yeah, that's the next one. First of all, because if people don't have life insurance, they also I know situations where I live in New York here where people die and we are told, oh, this is your person, she or he wanted to be buried in Nigeria, but they don't have any money, and we have to tax each other to raise money to move the body, home, and So that's the next question. But first of all,
Oh, okay. So the question is where
about life insurance. Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think? Yeah.
I've always had life insurance because I don't want anybody to really stress when I'm not here anymore. And again, my belief is probably will be different from many of you here. I don't really believe in any casket going anywhere. I believe in cremation. And my plan has always been nobody needs to do a special trip. If it happens, cremate me, just leave it whenever the person is going home. I would really like to be buried in Nigeria, but I don't want any stress for anybody at all. Yeah, so that has been my plan. In terms of life insurance, I've always had life insurance, personal life insurance for myself.
Okay, Tux, can you respond to all the comments you had? What was out of whack and what is proper?
Nothing is out of whack, except almost everybody on the forum are believer in life insurance, except Jude. But the question I will ask Jude is that do you know that right now you're paying so much, no matter who you are, especially if you live in USA, you're paying so much for other insurance that you don't even realize it, that sometimes majority of your monthly payment go to life insurance. You have a car, right, Jude?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you pay car insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming if you have a home, you probably pay homeowner insurance too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and medical insurance, you do, right?
Yeah. In fact, I even pay life insurance in different ways, but not like, directly life insurance. But
wait. When you say you pay life insurance,
I mean, there's so many ways.
I thought you say you don't believe in it. You don't have any. You don't believe in living.
Let me give you this. I don't have like where you say, okay, you have this life insurance premium and then you're paying it monthly. But somebody who is paying car insurance, there's a provision in it that when the person, supposing something happened and the person happens to have an accident, especially if you have a full coverage, there's some portion of money that your family will be paid, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so that's part of life insurance. That's enough.
No. So you prefer to die by you prefer to die by car accident?
No. I'm just saying. Okay.
Your family can collect.
Personally, I don't.
I hope your coverage didn't lapse the day before the accident. You must forget to pay your the day before.
Well, I would say everything depends on people's situation. Everybody's situation is not the same. That is the truth.
No, that's true. Everybody's situation is not the same.
I'm
not telling you to go out there. I'm not telling you to go out there and get $1 million life insurance.
I don't want
people.
You know why the Igbos normally happy when somebody die? After they even be praying that the person should die so that they get hold of the person's insurance. And we all know here there's stories and of people being killed, spouses killing their partner in order to access their life insurance. This thing happens every time.
That's a good point. Jude has a good point. So,
no. Well, again, people being killed not only in Nigeria and diaspora. Even among the whites, they happen every day.
It happens
something like that. Among the Indian, this is common to also, every society. You put it that way. The only thing is that among we Nigeria, if it happen, we spread the news very quickly, especially in the age of social media now.
But Tux, what do you say to people who are afraid of getting life insurance because they fear that somebody might kill them, their children, their spouses, whoever is?
In fact, I have a statistic for you. Right?
Yeah.
That you can't believe it. People that have life insurance, not only they live longer or healthier than people that don't believe or don't have life insurance. Can you believe that statistic?
It's possible. It's possible. So but what do you say?
Which group would you like to belong to?
No. But did they say they live longer?
They live longer, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. And one of the main reasons.
And they are living longer. Is it attributed to their paying life insurance?
Not necessarily, but they just they just compare both.
No.
So you are in the other category.
It's not evidence-based. My profession deals with evidence-based. It's not evidence-based.
Exactly, evidence-based. You know what? One of the evidence that they attribute this to? One of the evidence they attribute it to is that people that the insurance company covers, they are more healthy because they have to go through medicals sometimes.
Medical checkup, right?
Exactly. Depending on what type of insurance, how much you want to apply for.
So that they don't get sick.
And the sicker you are, chances are insurance company they don't want to touch you. You understand? So even if they want to give you coverage, they will rate you very high. They will sometimes make the premium very expensive for you. You understand me? So that's one of the So that's one of the key factors that, especially with we religion people, Christian. We live a very, how can I call it, very holy life. We go to church, most of us, we don't drink, and all that, what they call it. So we live a clean life. No drug, no alcohol, and everything.
Yeah.
So those are what the insurance companies are looking for. A better risk classification.
Low risk individuals.
Exactly. So that will make that statistic pronounced. Okay. But reckless, I won't call it reckless. People that don't believe in life, I don't care if I die tomorrow or not. I would say they are selfish in a sense. This is a people or person that don't consider a woman life valuable. You understand? So at any stage in life, woman life is very, valuable, and it's always good to, at the end of the life, to say that at least, not only to my beneficiary, you don't even have all this stuff. You don't even have to leave it to you can leave it to your cause, whatever cause you believe in. At the end of the day, your family doesn't have to be your beneficiary. You understand? At the end of the day,
I do have life insurance, but the thing is, I have it because where I work, it's just a little fraction of money, and I say, you know what, it doesn't hurt. So other than that, no.
But like Paul said, I think it's Paul. Life insurance on the job is just temporary.
Temporary, as long as you
as soon as you left that job, that's the end of that.
That's the end.
It's always good to have something on your own, which is
and that's that particular one that personally I don't like.
Tux, can you hear me? Jude said something I wanted you to address. He said that he doesn't want to, and there are people who think that way too, that he doesn't want to leave anything for these American children who do not
Oh
really.
yeah, American
But,
children.
but the point is that
I'm disgusted with them. Especially this generation. They are so
but
selfish.
but
They're
it's
so
not
selfish.
just, you can also use it. Don't you have a product that you can use
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
yourself?
about to. I
Not
was about to get to that.
okay.
There's a certain insurance that you can take out almost all the money, if not more, of what you put in into the insurance. Let's say that you have life insurance that you pay 3,000 for every year. Okay, in 10 years' time, you put in 30,000.
Okay.
In 20 years' time, you put in 60,000. Okay, in 30 years' time, if you have it that long, you put in almost 100,000. Okay, there's some insurance that we have part of that money go into certain saving, that 90,000 that you put in, you might have maybe 150,000 in there as a cash value that you can leverage for your retirement. That's that you can leverage for your retirement. You can start taking out little by little, little by little, and God give you long life. You can take out everything that you put in and leave the residual for them to bury you.
Yeah,
So
that's good. I like that.
you kill two birds with one stone,
I like
so that your children won't say this cheap papa and all that. let's throw his let's throw his body into the lake or something.
You see?
or just like let's cremate him so they can carry out your wish, what do you call it, as give a dignity, they want to take you back home, there will be enough money there. At the same time, you enjoy the money that you have while you're alive. So in fact, life insurance is you see, at the beginning I was asking you if you have this type of insurance, that type of insurance, that type. If you're a very careful driver, chances are you'll be paying all this money all this year and you will never get a single benefit out of it. Something like me. I've been driving for what? I've been driving for over 30 years in this country or more. Okay, I'm a very careful driver. About the only 2 accidents I have, I'm not even in the car. I parked my car, somebody hit me and all that. All the car. So over the years, I never get to use it. The same way with the homeowner insurance. I never collect a single penny with homeowner. And I've been insured homeowner. I've been having a homeowner insurance for almost 30 years to over 25 years. Okay. So all that money that I pay, guys will keep it, insurance company. But guess what? It gave me peace of mind.
Yeah, in case anything happens.
Something happen, at least it will be there.
Yes.
But compared to life insurance, the type that I just described to you is the only one that will let you recuperate all your money and more
while you're still alive.
While you are still alive.
Yeah, that's
and even while you're dead, in time of death, they will deliver it to your beneficiary. So if you do a simple exercise when you get off this forum, find out how much you're paying in all this insurance over the year, annually. Health insurance, homeowner insurance, auto insurance, and multiply by 12, how much you pay monthly, multiply by 12, and multiply by 20, you will be surprised how much they are in terms of money, without even having a rate of return or economic life, what they call it. Like if you invest it at the rate of 5 or 6%, you'll be surprised. For somebody that have a good job, a good property, or decent, what they call it, average family, this might be over $500,000, your entire life or more. But life insurance alone might even let you recuperate all this money that you pay for all this other insurance.
Okay. So
Okay,
let me go around because Nneka said something about what she wants at the end of life, because this is something that is I don't know wherever you are in America, it comes up all the time. There's no month that somebody will not die somewhere. And the first thing is, how do we raise money? What do we do about the body? So let me go around and see what people are thinking. Jude, what plans do you have? Do you have a will? Do you want your body taken back to where you come from? What is
Biafra land?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter what land. Yeah.
Yes, I would want my body to be taken back to Biafra land and be buried in our compound. That is, that is our culture.
Yeah. So do you have plans for that? Should that happen? Or do you think, I mean, I know
Um,
it's down the road, like 90 years from now, but
well,
what is the
I
plan?
haven't started having plan for that because I still have many years more
Of
to.
course, of course, of course.
Yeah, but I have that in mind. I have that in mind by the grace of God to to make
So
plans
you
for
don't
that.
even have anything written down, just in case.
No, in terms of will, right?
Yeah,
No, I don't have a will now.
yeah.
Sadly,
Okay.
yeah, I
So,
haven't gotten a will.
so Paul,
Oh,
let's
you have a will?
Paul, what is yeah? Do you have somebody you told, if anything happens to me, this is what I want, or even do you have a will written or something like that?
Yeah, I'm thinking of even doing my way the proper way. I have the gentleman one that they can contest. Every day I sit on the radio.
Hmm.
So I'm even thinking to do it the normal, proper legal way so that I won't have any problem or leave problem for my loved ones when I depart from them. Then
But
also
do you tell anybody, if did you tell anybody this is what I want now? Is there anybody that can come and
obviously,
say, okay,
obviously I've been saying like me being cremate, like Nneka said, I've been saying that for like the
Oh.
past 7 years.
Hmm.
And I even make it even clear to my kids. I said, for all you care, you can even leave my body there. If the city like, they can just even do it for us for free. Because since it's cremate. Yes,
Come
I
on.
believe in cremate. My family, they hate
Oh
me
my
for it,
God.
and I keep saying it. I
Well,
live in Arizona, I'll go in Arizona.
I
If
get,
I find my way in New Mexico, I go in New
I
Mexico.
got news for you. This most municipalities they don't cremate a body; they will just dump in a mass grave.
Massive.
So, to
Uh,
get money.
yeah. So for me, I
So,
believe in the cremate. So I'm even saying
yeah,
it to the worst. I don't place any value of something that don't mean
yeah,
anything. They can't do any
that's the new common thing
no
now.
barbecue on my body, no nothing. What's the essence
Yeah,
of spending money on the body that
I
is
fully
gone?
agree. I agree with you. You know, to me, to me, my choice is my body. You know, after I pass, it's just my family problem. Let them do what they want, whatever they
Yeah.
want. You understand?
I don't
So,
I don't have large family.
but
I have just two kids and plus my heavy siblings that I have. But I have told them for the long time that this is what I want, and it doesn't go down well with them. But at least it won't be a shock to them. The good thing is that most of my siblings are all in Nigeria. I'm here in the US.
Yeah,
So
but Paul, apart from saying this is what you want, do you have provision for it to happen in terms of, it's not just about money, in terms of you do this, you do this, because
obviously that's why like from your question from the beginning, that's why first of all I'm trying as much as possible to arrange everything I want to do. Like I said, I have a life insurance covered by my company, and I also have my personal life insurance, and I keep breaking it down, and I'm trying as much as possible not to do life insurance like my father would do in their own time. I am equally making my kids know what they will get from me as I proceed. I keep letting them know when I start having grandkids, they will start losing some of their benefit because it will be going straight to my grandkids, not to them as such. So because some of them too can also abuse it. So I want to send it all the way down to my lineage. So these are the things I want to do. So I keep telling my kids right now. For my siblings, I didn't tell them what I want to do if I have anything for them. But for my kids, I am making them understand the percentage and they'll have from me. So these are the things I want to do. Then, Mr. Stokes, I would also like to ask one question. This whole life insurance and time life insurance, because the whole life insurance, it costs a lot. I know they trade it for businesses and the like, but the time life insurance is more cheaper. So for me, I'm just too okay to do the time life than to do the whole life where I want to keep a lot of money because we will use some as business. As I get to understand, the first 3 years, I'm not making no profit in my own money. But if I'm to borrow from that same money, I'm going to pay interest. So that's why I choose to go with time life insurance than to do the whole life insurance. You can use this medium to educate me more. Thank you.
okay, Tux, before you do that, Tux, hold on.
Mhm.
Let's hear from Austin. Of course, we know what Neka wants to do at the end of life. Austin, let's hear from Austin. You can address them together. Austin, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I I have written it down. I have submitted it to my organization. I have even chosen the hymns that will be sang on my funeral day.
What a well-planned man.
Now we are talking.
He has already prepared.
Opposite of Mr. Jude.
He has already prepared.
Yeah, and I have listed the person that will preach. If he's still alive till then.
Oh my God! He's already prepared.
Yeah, I have done all this because my organization made it in a way that you have to do it, and also. Personally, I wouldn't want to be in America till 65. I will retire and go back to Nigeria.
Okay.
If I die before then, I have to go back to Nigeria. They have to take me back to Nigeria.
Okay, this is a well-planned man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tux, you can respond to what you're saying.
Paul. Any insurance is good, whether term or whole life insurance. In fact, the best insurance, according to one person, described what is it when they ask him what is the best life insurance to have in place. The person answered that is the life insurance that is there when you die. Whether it's term insurance, whether it's whole life, but just make sure that you have one that is there when you die. And the reason for that is that term insurance is a short-term fix. Short-term fix meaning that every 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, if you don't die, the insurance company will come and increase the price. And at the age of 40, ordinary term insurance that you're paying $40 for every month, right? In 15 years' time, when it expires in 20 years' time, the same $40 now will be $150. And then you will say, wow, you can't afford this anymore. You will tell them to cancel it, or you will cancel it yourself. So that's the difference between that and whole life. Whole life is, I won't call it, I don't usually use the word expensive. I will use the word affordable. And one thing I usually tell my client, or when I advise people, is that let's look for another area where you can use money to fund your whole life insurance. What I mean by that is that most of you on the job, you contribute to your 401k or IRA or your retirement account. Okay. It's one of the worst places to put to save money for retirement. It's only benefit government because you're setting yourself up for big tax. What they call it in retirement, because by the time you are 62 or 65, IRS is there to collect the portion of whenever you tap into that account. And by the time you are 72, you have no choice. You have to start taking out that money. Otherwise, they will penalize you heavily. So I usually tell my client, I have some clients that contribute 10%, 15%, some of them up to 20% when the company allow. Into this plan. I usually tell them, instead of contributing 10% and your company doesn't match any, if they match 5%, just cut it down to 5%. And the other 5%, divide it into whole life. That other 5% will do you more, will get you more compared to what your 5% in 401k will get you down the road. For example, let's say that you're making 100,000 and you're contributing 10,000 into 401k. Okay. If you can just cut it down into 5,000 401k and 5,000 whole life insurance. That 5,000 whole life insurance, as soon as you make first payment and you die right away, your family will collect 200,000, 300, depending on your age, 400,000 in death benefit right off the bat. If you just make one payment also. Compared to your 401k, they will just send your family a check for 15,000 or 10,000, depending on what your 401k account balance is. And on top of that, they will take out taxes out of it. Okay, maybe 30%, 40%, depending on your tax bracket. Okay, you see the value, and God give you long life. That other 5,000 You'll be accumulating money that you can easily access to borrow to fund other projects. If you are self-employed business or owner, maybe you can see me privately for consultation or so, because I can show you how you can you can leverage your business to pay for this. The bottom line is that the whole life insurance is very, very comparable to owning a home. Some people, I think you mentioned that you have to pay interest on the money that you borrow. The same thing with your home. The three ways to get money out of your home is sell your house, if you refinance your home, or if you get home equity line of credit. All those options too pertaining to whole life insurance. Because as your cash value grow, you have a line of credit that you can tap into to use anytime you want to. Okay. And the interest rate is very, very favorable. Okay. And number two, most people don't know this. You can sell your life insurance, especially depending on how old or how sick you are. Okay. So again, also you can refinance you can restructure your life insurance also. Maybe down the road, if you decided that you don't want to pay this loan that you took out, you can modify the whole life insurance. So there are so many misconceptions when it comes to whole life insurance. So to me, I won't use the word expensive. I will use the word affordable. Okay. How much of it can you afford? Because the more money you put in, the more money you get back. I have clients that paying $6,000 a month into a policy. Okay, over 70,000 in premium. I'm one of the best advocate of I preach what I practice. I practice what I preach. Okay, on a monthly basis, I pay if I include all my family, we pay over 4,000 into premium in life insurance. Because I have three policies. My wife have two, that's five. All my children have one each. My daughter have two. So I have four children. So you can do the math. We have about 12 or more in different form of whole life policy. And I'm semi-retired. And way back, sometimes I said that, why am I putting up? But now I sort of feel comfortable because if I have a project to do, I know where to borrow the money. I don't have to go to the bank. I know where to withdraw money. And in other words, it helped me supplement my retirement very, very well. At the end of the day, I can't even outspend my money. Okay, because I'm not that extravagant. Not to say that I have good taste and all that, I mean, Rudolph can testify to it. I live in a very good neighborhood. So the bottom line is that all life insurance especially is a very solid foundation. It's very, very comparable to any investment at all, if not one of the best investments you can have out there.
Okay, Tux. Sorry, I want to kind of cut. Oh, I'm trying to get Lawrence to air his view before we round up, because we are going to go into politics very soon. I know
Sure.
most of our people they don't like to talk about this topic, but this is very important. I think people are just waiting till we talk about politics and they will all wake up. But this is actually, it is. I think it's connected. I think if people in Africa, most African countries, they understand how life and finances work, and people don't have to steal a lot of money from the government. They can actually plan their lives in such a way that they don't need all these things. So, but let's hear from Lawrence, and then we round up, and then we will go into the political environment is sitting up. A lot of things are going on. Lawrence, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Good. So what do you we're asking people about what do they want to happen to them when they die? Do they have life insurance, or do you have a question for Tux, who is an expert in life insurance and he's head of Heritage Financial Services?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I know my internet's going in and out, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, having a life insurance, I think, is a good idea, especially where we're living, we that maybe live abroad. If you're in Nigeria, I don't think nobody will want it, you know. So, but living here because of the system, I think.
Go ahead. We can't hear you anymore, Lawrence. Lawrence, are you there?
Yeah, I think he's having an internet problem.
Yeah. Okay, Lawrence.
What about Nika? I mean, did she have any?
Nika said she has a life insurance and she
No, I'm talking about her opinion about this conversation.
she was involved. She said, Nika, do you have anything else to add?
No. But like I've already said, I understood what that is. So I have a son, and it's just me and him. So from the time he was 5 years old, I started this insurance. He's expecting his own child soon anyway. And as soon as he graduated from the university, I kind of removed myself from his own insurance. And because I told him, I said, under no circumstances do I want to see you. Leave me for 1 second for anybody to view me. If anybody said they don't know who I am, show them the enlargement picture. That's it. I just want to be cremated immediately. And I didn't want him to take a special trip to Nigeria for that. But he has to promise me that whenever he goes to Nigeria, he will take me back to Nigeria.
Oh, that's good.
So we're in agreement with that. But knowing how people will get emotional sometimes, I then took it up a notch with a legal paper that he dare not start crying and leaving me for people to come and view me. No. So I went ahead and made those plans with a funeral home with my insurance. So I don't have any problems.
All right.
That's good.
Thank you. One day we are going to get Nneka to tell us the philosophy behind her approach to life, because it's very important. It's very different. And I wish that some Africans would think about other alternatives to what we've been doing. You know, this idea that when you die, they have to carry your body home, as if that would make a difference. I want to discuss that, have that conversation with a lot of people one day. But for now, Lawrence, can you hear me? Want to see if we can get you to air your view. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so you were saying something. Go ahead now. Let's hear you. Okay, Lawrence, I don't know where you are in America. What part of America are you? You were talking about people in Nigeria. Lawrence,
are you using landline?
Okay, so there are some people in the studio, but they don't have their cameras on. So if you want to watch us, you can go on YouTube, or you can go on Facebook, or on Twitter. But if you want to join us, put on your camera. We can then bring you up. You can contribute. Okay. All right. So Lawrence, can you hear me? No. Okay, Gregory, welcome to the show. Gregory, can you hear me? Do you want to contribute? All right, so let's round up on this conversation, and then we can. Lawrence, can you hear me? Lawrence? Okay. We need to know where people are joining us, and because we I don't want to make fun of Alabama, but there are. If Arizona is doing well, you know, so Paul is from Arizona and he's doing well. I don't know why people who are joining us from Texas. I know that Lawrence, you're in Texas. Are you? Jude?
The doctor. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. That's the 5th largest city in America, bigger than so many states.
I know.
Don't underrate me. Yes.
What is the temperature there this time?
It's so hot.
It's 112 today.
Wow.
It's so hot.
That's why you need life insurance. I mean, that's one. I'll get one if I don't have one.
That's why I don't say Ghana. I see myself like I'm in Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly.
112.
Yeah, 112.
It's so hot. I have a timeshare there sometimes. I have to,
Oh no, that's a good thing, Jude. So you have timeshare. How do you use timeshare? Talks can actually talk about timeshare or any of these financial investments.
You have timeshare and you don't have life insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
I've decided to give it up because their
maintenance fee is expensive.
Their maintenance fee is
exactly. That maintenance
fee
fee alone that you're paying. If you can find a life insurance agent that can structure something small for you, even 25,000 or 50,000 policy, is the money that you're gonna get back. All the previous money you already paid to this timeshare, you're gonna get back eventually. So it's just like you continue making the same payment because right now you're already making it to the timeshare people, right? So,
well, I've stopped it. I finished paying them their premium, and it's just the what drove me out of it is their maintenance fee
I know every year it goes
continue
up.
to increase it.
I was about to sell one too that I have and all that because I rarely use it. You know, my wife travels.
I've not even used it for once.
That's really bad.
So who sold that to you? What did they tell you that made you buy?
Oh my God! If you see how they sell this in there, you can't get into their den and into their den and get out there without.
Mr. Jude, you went to eat free food. After free food, you sign.
That's it. No,
the food is the trap.
No, they said they'll give you like $50, and you're on holiday.
God.
You're on holiday. You're walking.
Not even $50. A trip to somewhere. It's expensive. They give you the. Oh no! I don't even want to talk about it. Those are 419 in the life. I don't know why America is tolerating that nonsense.
You end up with 15,000 or 30,000 package or so, you
know. 419 in broad daylight.
Legitimate 419.
Again, you can still recover all this money. Try to get yourself whole life insurance. So at the end of the day, all this money can still come back to your family.
From the timeshare, it can come back?
No, indirectly, what I mean, you know. In other words, in form of a death benefit, in terms of money you can use while you're alive, you understand me? In about 10 years, let's say you live another 20 years time, and the same money that you're paying in maintenance or so, factoring the amount of, if you sell the timeshare, you can divide it into 10, and you put all that into whole life insurance, small whole life policy. At the end of in about 10 years time, you can start recuperating your money little by little out of all this. God give you long life, you're gonna get back all your money and more. You understand?
All right. So we're rounding up now. Any other question for Talks? Any other comment? Talks, you can share your contact for those who might want to reach out to you privately on the comment section. You can type in your phone number or your email or anything if you want.
Yeah, my email is just simple. Talks Abraham. You just put Abraham after Talks at gmail.com.
Okay, Abraham at gmail.com.
Or you can, or you can let me type in the chat. Phone number, which is 516 359 01 81.
Okay. Oh, that's Long Island number.
Yeah, I live out here in Valley Stream, Long Island.
Oh, Valley Stream? Oh, okay.
Yeah, are you familiar with Long Island?
I was a Yankee now. I was in New
York. You used to live in New York?
Yeah.
Where in New York?
Brooklyn.
Wow, you look like a bronze guy to me, you know.
I used to work at Amityville.
Oh, in Amityville?
Yeah, I used to supervise one hospital at Amityville.
I have a church in Amityville, Redeemed Christian Church of Christ. You know the church? CCG on Amityville.
Okay.
All right.
So again, I can be reached at that number 359. Any financial question you're not sure of, as far as having a will or something like that. In fact, having life insurance is one form of having a will, because life insurance, you already name your beneficiaries and all that, is the only financial product that will go directly to whoever you specify. Your 401k on the job and other, even though you have a beneficiary listed, it can still be contested, by maybe ex-wife that your family doesn't know about, or any children outside your wedding. All that can still be contested. But your
So,
life insurance.
Mr. Talk, sorry, before you leave, this topic can be very, very important. In as much as I'm waiting for the politics,
Sure.
because like for me,
Where is in
on
Arizona?
my 401k, I change my 401k. So I try to do it like every 3 years. So what I do on my 401k, I do the Roth 401k. I don't
Okay.
do the traditional. So which means I pay every tax so that when it's time for my loved one to get my money,
You get
I
your
know they
tax.
are getting my money with no tax. So I keep on doing the Roth. So I'm paying the tax. I'm paying everything, right? I'm paying my tithes plus tax right now.
Which is
So I
good.
do. So I do the Roth. So are you still telling me that if I do the Roth 401k, it's still not compared to the whole life insurance?
It's still not
Can
at
you
all.
convince me on that?
Oh yeah, it's still not at all. Roth is good in a sense that you use after tax money to fund it. The same thing with life insurance. Life insurance you use after tax money to. Also, life insurance, not only the death benefit is tax free, all the money you took out in form of a loan, even if you decide not to pay it back and you restructure the policy, almost everything is tax free also. In fact, the Roth idea was actually borrowed from whole life insurance idea that most people doesn't know. Okay. But pound for pound, you cannot control. In fact, Roth IRA is very limited to amount of money you can contribute. If you're a high earner, you can think, well, what is it now, 6,000 a year or something like that you can contribute it to Roth. So
I think this year is 19,500.
to Roth in a year,
Yeah.
that high? Okay, I haven't, I haven't taken a look at it yet. So I'm talking about Roth IRA. I'm not talking about your entire 401k, but the portion that going into Roth, I don't think is 19,000 or so. Go take a look again. The entire 401k might be
Yeah, I think
19,000,
you can do up to 19,500. Then you
and
can do
everything go into Roth.
then the back door 6,000. The
That's
back
it.
door, yeah.
Yeah, backdoor, the one go to Roth is the 6,000, but you can do it in combination. I will take a look in that. I say I'm pretty sure that, but pound for pound, you can never compare. I have clients, doctors, lawyers, that have close to $1 million in their 401k in their retirement account. When they realize how much taxes they're gonna be paying, when they started taking it out, and when they realize they don't know what to do with it. So, in fact, some of the solution we usually tell them to do is start taking that money out, pay the penalty, pay the tax or whatever, and put the balance.
10%? That's
And
on the
put
high side.
exactly 10% if you're before 60, and on top of that, you pay income tax on it, and then funded all life insurance with the balance. You will get back all that money because it's a huge tax liability at the end of the day. Trust me, you won't even know what to do with it. So, but most people doesn't realize it. It's just like a hard mentality. It's a 401k for the. It's good if the company your company is matching it. If a company is matching 4, 3, or 5%, contribute to that limited amount. Right? Don't contribute more than 5% if your company is making you, and find another way to invest your other contribution where you will be in total control. Like your 401k, your administrator of your company are in control of it. They can decide. For example, you remember what happened in Texas? Is it during the Enron situation and all that?
Yeah.
Everybody 401k and retirement account, everybody get wiped out because of the crook and all that. So you are not in control of your 401k, it's your administrator. But your whole life policy, you are 100% in control of it. Again, it's not expensive, it's affordability. How much of it can you afford by moving money from right pocket to the left pocket? Okay. Let's say at the end of the day, every week or every 2 weeks or every month, when you see how much you're bringing in and how much left over, instead of taking this money to the bank where you only get half a percentage and all that, you can decide to put half of it into a decent whole life, which is rich and can be designed where the cash value will be very rich. You understand? So again, that's a very good what they call it. You put on the screen there. So
All right.
okay, so
All
if
right.
you can let's keep in touch.
Okay.
And,
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
it's a pleasure. So all of you that is online and on this forum, yeah, my office is available for any free consultation or so, and I'm licensed in so many states. So many states. Okay, to practice. Okay.
All right. So thank you, Talks, for joining us. It's very this is a conversation that we don't have very often until it's late, and I think I thought that this is actually something that people would benefit from, other than we coming here and talking about politics that we may not influence directly. But we will continue to do this every now and then. We bring somebody who is an expert in some area, and we have them join us and talk about things. Talks, once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Okay.
And you can hang around. You can hang around if you want to. If you want to,
sure, I will. Definitely.
We talk about politics. I mean, you mentioned Redeemed Christian Church.
I would love to hang out with Mr. Jude.
Yeah. and the subject of our political conversation today is about Christians in Nigeria. They are being tried by. Frame it in such a way that they are being tried by the possibility that you will have a Muslim ticket in the country, the president and the vice president being Muslim. So we are going to have that conversation. Initially people thought that it wasn't going to be a big issue. It's looking like it's going to be a big issue. People are resigning from the party. People are kicking against that. So we have that conversation when we come back. Okay.
Of the world, the powerful political elites will determine who governs us. Like a proverbial knees on our necks, this nation is choking. We can no longer breathe. There is a shortage of air. We need to allow this nation thrive. I'm pleading with you tonight on behalf of millions of our people, more than 10 million of their children who are out of school, and more than half of the population who are in abject poverty. This nation cannot be taken as a private enterprise anymore. You, the ordinary Nigerian, can no longer keep quiet. The nation belongs to all of us. And this time around again, no sitting on the fence. We must pick up to rescue this nation. The continent of Africa is waiting for its giant to rise up and flourish. That is why 2023 election is a make or mar. Look, this nation cannot make a mistake with the choice of its next leader. It is a must we get it right. If you employ the best hands to run your private companies, we should have the best of us run the affairs of this nation. We must get leadership right, not only at the center, but across the states. Knowledge, crisis management skills, character and integrity, vision and courage to make tough decisions, effective communication skills, ability to unite the nation. Leaders who cannot show these traits cannot be hired. Enough is enough. Nigeria, arise, vote and vote right, and your time is now.
People say they don't want you. You spend money to impose yourself on them. Is that not a shame? Somebody should lead because you are wanted. You should lead because they want you, they need you. People are happy with you. They say they don't want you, they don't need you. And yet you want to bribe people, compromise election to be in power. Is that not a shame? That you are rejected and yet you are imposing yourself. They don't need you, they don't want you. Clear out. Don't contest at all. Don't rig to lead. Don't kill to come into power. Let them need you. It's the people you are leading. It's the people that you are leading that should determine whether they want you. And as I speak now, let nobody be quiet anymore. Anybody you are, whether you are a pastor, anything you are, let nobody be quiet anymore. From everywhere, let people come out. Don't be a coward anymore. Let people speak. You see, silence most times means consent. If you are silent about evil, it means you are in agreement with that evil. You must not agree to be silent anymore. Whenever the occasion demands, you speak with audacity, with authority. Evil shall not rule our land. Evil, the same set of people who rule the land, misrule the land, destroy the land, are presenting themselves for leadership. That devil is a bastard liar. Including those who are architects of terrorism in Nigeria. Architects of it. If you have understanding, you will understand what I'm talking about. Those who are architects coming out say they want to be. It won't happen under God's watch, and it will not happen under the watch. It will never happen. Something must give way, and it is evil that will give way.
All right, welcome back to the show. Yeah, it's heating up. I don't know how many of you are following, but the political situation in the country is heating up. Jude, I did not expect the reaction of people the way they've taken this choice, the Tinubu choice to pick Shetima as his running mate. What are you saying?
Well, I think it's rightfully so that people should feel concerned because there are so many things involved. The fact is that, number one, we are not living in an ideal and real society. If we were, that probably wouldn't have there wouldn't have been as much reaction as it is now. But we are not living in an ideal society. Nigeria is not an ideal country. It's not real, and that is why everybody feel concerned, especially the Christian. Number one, the choice of making that for a major party in Nigeria, making such a critical choice, even after they have been pre-warned and let them know the implication of that, they still went ahead. What does that tell us? Number one, it tells us that people who have made that choice and the group and what they intend to do, it means that they don't care about a section of the country, period. That is what it means. It's like a slap on the people, on the Christians and those who does not even believe, who are not Muslim. They don't care. Number two, imagine we have been killed, Nigerians have been killed for the past 7 years, like chicken. Human beings have literally meant nothing under the watch of Buhari and Oshibanjo, who is even a Christian. Then imagine where we have two Muslims in Aso Rock. I'm sure one day they wake up and say the whole Nigeria is Sharialized. You can't do anything. You protest, they'll kill you, they'll cut off your arm, cut off your leg, and whatever it is they want to do. So people don't even see the major danger and implication of this. I see a lot of people coming out to say, oh, it doesn't matter, we want good leadership. It matters a lot. Muslims have been leading us since independence for how many years? Almost 40 years, 40-something years since we got independent. Where has it led us? Where has it led us?
Hold on. Let me go to Paul. Paul, Tinubu said that it was about competence. It was about somebody who is competent and nothing anything to do with religion. What do you think?
Well, it's easy for them to say it's about competence when you and I know that Christians are more educated than Muslims when it comes to the north. So I don't understand all the educated people in that north, but you can't find any competence. But when they want to bring this religion thing, they are the one that bring religion, and they said 1 minute they said it's not in our constitution. So let me also follow them by their word that it's not in our constitution. How come we spend billions of naira every year to go for pilgrim, Christians and Muslims every year, even when it is not in our constitution? But they can't pay ASU. They can't pay these lecturers so that they can go back to work and tutor our kids. This is the height of stupidity. It is the height of stupidity. They give Christians, they give Muslim when it's the turn of Muslims, but they don't give traditional rulers. If not because of the Christian play an important role in Nigeria or the Muslim play very important role in Nigeria, why will you do that? But they just don't care. All they think is just about numbers. Like I said, I feel bad saying this thing right now. I'm waiting for John Abba to come so that I can scold him a little bit because they are the sleeping giants. I am telling you, the middle belt where we have more Christians, they are the sleeping giants. Whenever they want to do politics of yes vote, they themselves will join them and wear white agbada. Yes, the yes have it. They join these people. They are the sleeping giants. It's time for them to wake up. We are not saying if we're talking about competence. Yes, competence is competent, but this is not competent. Politics is about the people, and the people keep on asking for this thing, but you feel you will not do it. El-Rufai testing, it never worked well for him. Look at the rate of people dying in Kaduna. It didn't work well for him. If it worked well for him, Kaduna should be in peace. MKO tried. It never worked well for him. That's why he didn't have that government. So I don't understand why people want to say things like this. It doesn't work well. All we need good leaders, but trample, you understand, the right of people when people ask for these things is important to them. Yes, Osibanjo might fail us, just like as Jonathan failed us. We take a change. If Osibanjo also failed us, we choose to also take another change. It doesn't really matter. The people ask for Christian, give us that Christian. Then you went ahead and go give us a Kanuri, try to make us understand. Well, if the minority asks, we give the minorities about competence. Competence is both ways. I still can't find anything that Shetima did in the time that he ruled as governor. He didn't really do much. But let's keep our finger crossed and see how the people use their PVC.
Okay,
Thank
Neka, welcome. What do you think about this issue that is?
Dr. Damages, please ask the other two gentlemen because when it comes to this, I really don't have anything to say. Christianity or Muslim has really nothing to. That's not what I'm using to judge people. I judge people based on their character.
Okay.
And I'm not going to even waste time on my grandfather Tinubu because it's useless for me to talk on that. He's not going to win anyway. I don't care if he picks Shetima or Sherima. They're not going to win. Period. So
Okay.
please, people
all right. Thank you, Austin. What is your take on this issue?
Yeah, Rudolph, thank you. I mean, when I came to United States 2018, I cried.
I like the way you talk about it. 2018, you make us so old. Anyway, but go ahead.
Because I'm still young here. 4 years.
We know. We could see that.
And also, I was involved in politics. I'm from Abia State. I was involved in politics. In my family, I have politicians. I supported them. But when I came here, I shedded tears because I was expecting to see a world that is out of the world. I live in Florida. I live in Gainesville. There is no difference between Gainesville, Florida, and Nigeria. So it dawned on me that the politicians, the leaders made us while we suffer. You work in the United States, you don't have peace of mind. You work like a slave when you should be a king in your own country. So when you talk about competency, what is the meaning of competency? The dictionary word for competency is the ability to do something successfully and efficiently. Now, if you say you have a country that is multilingual, multicultural in everything, then you're telling me that competency is getting two people from one religion. Then who decides for me? Who is there when my issue is being discussed? And this have also been narrowed in a different way. In competency, Tinubu shouldn't even
come out to contest because he sold Buhari that have so divided Nigeria. So he wasn't competent in giving us a good man to rule Nigeria. So that alone should make him to step down. Now you're talking about competency. You're bringing Muslim, and you want us to fight it. And you want to tell us that nothing happens when it takes the president to kneel down to beg some people to just stop killing while he is moving to somewhere. And you use hammer to pursue a fly. Somebody is making agitation, you killed him. I'm sorry that I sound this day. I was in Lagos 2017 when they did the dance they did in the East. The military guy that led that dance was with me. He never knew that was an Igbo man. He told me what they did in the East. He told me he led the group and he regretted what they did. So you can't be treating the people this way and you can't allow them to be.
All right, let's go. Please tell us. It looks like you're at work, but tell us your name if you want to, and where you're joining us from. Can you hear me? You can unmute yourself. Go ahead. Let's go. All right, I don't think you can hear me. Let's go to Lawrence. Lawrence, welcome to the show. Lawrence, unmute yourself, please. Now, for those who do not know, Lawrence is Paul. Lawrence is John Abba's brother, so maybe he will respond to you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Sorry about the stuff. I'm having a problem with my internet here.
Yeah.
By the way, I live in Queens. Okay.
Queens, New York.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Where did I live? And also, I live in Queens.
I was expecting Alabama. Oh my goodness.
No, okay. I live in Queens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We're talking about the politics right now, right?
Yeah. We're not in politics.
Regarding the Muslim ticket.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think is the best idea. I mean, is a plus to Peter Obi right now. So I'm happy they did that, because for the advantage of Peter Obi himself. Because right now, one thing that people don't believe, I grew up in Maiduguri. I was born in Kaduna. There's a lot of population of Christians in northern Nigeria that they're talking about. And when people say northern Nigeria, when they say they have 19 states in Nigeria, I believe they're including the middle belt. So when you go far north, even in Maiduguri itself, there's large population of Christians. When you go to Jos, there's the large population of Christians. So Tinubu, he is going to lose all this vote for Christians there in the north. So I don't think is a good thing they did that, but I'm happy they did that because of Peter Obi. There's a huge advantage for him. So I think that's my take for now.
Okay, let's go. Can you hear me? Welcome to the show.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. So tell us, if you care, your name and where you're joining us from. If you don't want to,
Yeah, my name is Andrew.
Andrew. Okay, good. Where are you joining us from?
Minnesota.
Okay, very good. So what is your take on the politics going on in Nigeria? How things are shaping up?
It is unfortunate, number one, that at this critical time Nigeria is, that the ruling party, the governing party, at this stage, we pick a Muslim ticket. I think Tinubu he was under pressure to pick Shetima, but he won't say it because Shetima has worked hard for him. He has advocated for him in good, in bad. So, and they have more pressure on him for him to pick Shetima. It is not good for Nigeria.
Why is it not good?
Why is it not good is that, look at the Nigerian today. There is too much killings. The temperature is high. We have Buhari as a president, Osinbajo as a vice president, and yet every day Nigerians are being killed, massacred, and nobody has been investigated. None has been brought to book. The president doesn't even speak to the people. So when you go with Muslim tickets, what are we expecting? That means they can wake up one day and say, all Christians will go to church only on Friday. And they will pass the law. Because now look at this current government. All the strategic offices are being governed by one-sided Muslims. So by going Muslim ticket in 2023, Nigeria is at danger of going into war. Because what are you going to tell the Southeasterners? What are you going to tell the South people? What are you going to tell the Christian living in Nigeria? That our forefathers that led Nigeria balanced this equation. And Tinubu told us that the reason why he was not vice president to Buhari was because of they don't want to go with Muslim tickets. So Buhari have to drop him, and he gave Buhari Osinbajo. And now they told him, they cautioned him, and yet he told Nigerians, "You doesn't matter." So he rewarded royalty instead of competence. Picking Shetima, we have more Christian Muslims in the north. They gave him all names that he's supposed to work with, but he decided that for him, it's all about me winning the vote. And for you to win the vote, it is not enough. Buhari won the vote. Where are we in Nigeria today? Can you go home and travel with your car? That's terrible. So for Tinubu going with Muslim tickets, it will cost him a lot. Because I listen to Nigerian news when I get less busy. All I'm seeing is people resigning, people quitting from APC. People say they cannot talk about it because if they remain in APC, they won't say the truth. And a lot of people are under the same pressure. So it is not good for Nigeria at all. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Gregory, welcome to the show. Can you hear me, Gregory? Okay, I think he's still having problems. Okay, so let's look at this from a different angle, okay? If you were Tinubu and you look at the landscape and what you see is that for you to win the votes in the north, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's fair or not, you have to pick a Muslim from the north. What are you going to do? Are you going to pick someone, a Christian, that will set you back and you don't win the election? Because it's easy to look at it from the perspective of balancing things, but this is a politician. His job, his business, his whole idea, why he's in existence, let's say it's a life goal, is to be president. And you look at the calculation, what will you do? Will you prefer to lose? Anybody? Well, go ahead, Joe.
I think the service of leadership, be it political or otherwise, whether Christian, anywhere, leadership is service to the people. You are serving the people. You are not going to serve yourself. And if you are going there to serve the people, then you have to put them into consideration. You have to put their feeling, their welfare. You have to consider what is the decision I'm going to take. How is it going to impact in their lives? And if you know that it's going to impact negatively in their life, then you should hold back. But we find out that leadership in Nigeria is all about self-serving. It's all about becoming a demigod, and then the people come and be bowing in obeisance to you. That is what Nigerian leadership is about. That is why you can see ordinary local government chairman, if he's passing on the road, everybody will be nearly driven out of the road because ordinary local government chairman is passing. If it must number one, must Tinubu be campaigning to be a president?
This is right.
Many ways he can serve Nigeria without being a president.
But he has the right to campaign.
He has a right, but is he okay? He has a right. Then does he equally reserve the right to steal his way into the primary to become a candidate? This man became a candidate. It's like we are all forgetting this vital aspect. This man became a candidate through fraudulent means.
I don't, no, Jude, I don't know what you're saying, fraudulent, because the party accepted, they set up the process, they
But
accepted
before they accept the process does not make it right. Is that democracy? Are you kidding me?
Well, Jude, no. I'm not playing the devil's advocate. If the party, any political party, if they set up a system and people went through that system, whatever happened, and they picked their candidate, I'm not a member of the party, and they accepted it, they forwarded the name to INEC. That's their choice,
Okay, then they should be bribing candidates, delegates, giving them a lot of money. Mean it's okay?
Wait. The other parties, I don't know what did they do? Did PDP do something different?
But all of them are the same thing. But the party, okay, now let me say this. You see, now we look at what you're saying now. Many Nigerians also believe so, which we are normalizing abnormality. We are accepting that it is okay to bribe your way, to steal your way into any position.
So Dude, what should Nigerians do? What should they do?
Huh?
Well, tell me what they do.
If Nigerians were not supposed to be, if Nigerians are not as corrupt as even their leaders, in the first place, that would have was enough to disqualify Tinubu and Atiku.
How will they disqualify him?
By not even talking about them, by not voting for them, by everybody protesting.
They have the chance. In February. They have the chance not to vote if they want to. But for now, what are they going to do? To
continue to highlight it and let people know that he that steals to become a leader, if he gets there, he will still continue to steal.
That's why we have you here to highlight it. Tokes, what do you think? You are Redeemed Christian Church. Are you worried about Muslim tickets at the top of the executive in Nigeria?
Well, again, I'm not into Nigerian politics per se.
Of course. But it impacts everybody, whether you are into it or not.
Again, that's up to the power to be. That's up to the power. I mean, that's up to the party, the PPD or whatever APC. Would they choose on their ticket, whether Muslim, Christian, It doesn't have to be, if there's their best choice, their best candidate. That's one of the problems we have in Nigeria. Tribalism, number one, religious issue, number two. And these are in fact, religion alone is a terrible problem in that country. Whether Muslim, whether Christianity, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but look, the church is already kicking. Christian Association of Nigeria, they said we reject this choice as if they have a say. How would they reject it other than not vote for them? The church is kicking. You see all these pastors saying this is not acceptable, enough is enough, we're not going to do this. What are you as a church member if your pastor is standing in front of you and telling you we can't accept this?
I will tell him to butt out. None of his business. I mean, what's the difference between Muslim and Christianity? I mean, Islam and Christianity. Both of them worship the same God. But going into politics again is that's why I like the American system of politics, the separation of what do you call it, of
church and state.
Church and state. Okay, so I mean, since either candidate, presidential candidate, vice president, unless if they're atheists, even if they're atheists, people will still against them. That you don't belong to any religion. What religion are you? And all that. So does it matter whether Christian, Muslim? That's what they're choosing by their party as a flag bearer. So their party members should support them. Okay, so again, religion and politics is one of the two danger we have in Nigeria because both of them are completely out of control. If anybody ever visited heaven and come back, Nigeria should be 99% of the people in heaven. If you go by, if you go by a country that believe in God or what they call it, So, but again, it's a lost cause when it comes to religion and you know, religious people are politicians.
Mm.
It's unbelievable. You know?
All right. Let's go to Zil. Zil, welcome to the show. Zil, can you hear me?
He's muted.
Okay.
Is this sleeping or?
No.
It's frozen.
All right. So it appears as if most people don't care, but that's not the sign we're getting from Nigeria. But let me ask you, beyond that, we know that the former secretary to the federal government, Babashir Lawal, he issued a statement, a very serious statement, basically denouncing the choice and he's from the middle belt, and I want to hear from Lawrence. You know, you said you grew up and I know you are from Benue.
What? Let me ask you a question. Is Tinubu already choose his running mate?
Yes, that's what we're discussing. Yeah, he chose Shetima, former governor of Borno State.
So that's what you are calling Muslim. What they call it?
Yeah, no, not me. That's what that's what it is. That's what the ticket is, and people are worried about that across the country. So we wanted to know what people are thinking about. Why are people worried about that? If they are going to stop all these problems we have in the country, why would you worry? You know, some people raise that issue. And again, when the Christian Association of Nigeria says we reject this, how are they going to reject it, other than by voting? You know, it appears.
Right, that's the only solution. You know, I mean, let your voice count and vote. But if you just based on your vote or because of someone's religion, I don't think you are doing Nigerian as a whole as a justice. You know, there's so many other things that they can bring to the table. That religion is not the only factor.
Okay, all right. Lawrence, are you there? Can you hear me?
He's still muted.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So in the you said that in the
I don't know if I
middle
can
belt.
contribute.
Oh, Greg, is that Greg?
Yes.
Greg, are you back? Okay, Greg, what is your opinion? Greg. All right. Lawrence, let me come back to you. You said that in the middle belt that a lot of people will vote against the tickets. Do you think that there is no path for Tinubu and Shetima to win without the middle belt? Do you think they've not considered that when they made that choice? There are more voters in Kano, registered voters in Kano, than all of Benue Plateau put together, and Taraba and all those states.
I don't think the analysis is true.
Okay.
Because when you talk about Kano State, Kano have the population and whatever, but remember, maybe if you see other videos that are happening, like 2019 and all that, we have even, let me put it this way, like underage voters there. They use that. But let's say they have the vote there in Kano, right? So remember, we still have Konkoso and Atiku, which Konkoso will take majority of the vote, like there in Kano State. So if Atiku get part of it, and that's it for Tinubu, and Tinubu picks somebody from Borno State who the Shetima, who is a Kanuri man. So the relationship even between the Hausas and the Kanuri is not even something we can even talk about right now. They don't have a good relationship between the Hausas and the Kanuri themselves. So when you come back to the Middle Belt, majority of Middle Belt are Christians. When you go to Nasarawa State, Benue State, Plateau State, and even Kogi State. So Tinubu, he's gonna have a problem in those areas. So that's the because we have Konkoso and even Atiku there that can take some vote from him. So I feel like I'm seeing, except something dramatic happen, I don't think Tinubu will get anything from Northern State.
Okay, okay. We want to assume that whatever made him to make that choice, they thought about all these things that we're talking about, and they decided to make that choice. But let's run through some of the headlines, some stories in the news, and get opinion of few of you. I'll start with you, Jude. This is something that you should be interested in. Shegumi recently made a statement about the Biafran movement. And in that statement, he said that it appears as if he's slowing down since P2B became candidate for president, that the Biafran movement is winding down. Renault also made a statement like that, that people who used to have Nnamdi Kano's picture behind their profile picture now changed it to Obi. What do you think is going on? Are they right? What are you hearing? What are you seeing?
Well, personally, I'm not hearing anything about that regarding the as to why they are kind of changing their mind. But then, I mean, this struggle is about you don't pursue something from one angle. So I think, for my own perspective, I think they are seeing that in case Peter Obi gets in there, he might then maybe pursue, a program or an agenda that will, that will drive home the point, the agitation, the Biafrans are agitating, maybe even if it's restructuring Nigeria or making a constitution that will, bringing in a new constitution that will also include, if any among these three major groups that are among the three major constituents of Nigeria, any of them want to get out of the marriage, then they can equally do so peacefully. Uh-huh. So, because right now, election has kind of become a distraction for them. Okay, and that is why many people are focusing, because now they see their own man. Perhaps this is their own man, even if Obi is not campaigning as a candidate a candidate from the southeast, which he is not. He's just it's just a candidate that happens to come from the east. When you now talk about candidate from Yoruba, Tinubu is a candidate from Yoruba, Atiku is a candidate from the north, okay? But Obi's own is different. So I think that is why I believe they are gravitating more now to what is going on in the campaign as regards to supporting Obi. It's not as if they have thrown away Biafra agitation. No, I'm 100% sure that they're still pursuing it, but trying to see if this will be another way they can arrive at their destination.
All right, Paul. There was a picture shown today of. Sorry, someone. Okay, there was a picture shown today of Buhari meeting with his classmates in Castina. What is that about? Is that a way of talking to someone who has no classmates to take? What do you think is going on?
So let me use the local adage. Doctor, when you look at my face very well, the age that I am, my mother no go carry me for back, go find man. I don't pass the age. So we know he's sending a signal across. He's showing the Jagaban his own relevancy. You understand? So he's just trying to keep silent, but we all know the handwriting that he's sending. And at the same time, that is the condition that they put Tinubu. That's why Tinubu can even go all out to go pick a Kanuri person. There's a lot of pressure. Even the pressure first started by taking the VP from Northwest. You understand? It's hard for Tinubu team to convince them that you, the president, you are from Northwest. How do you want us to also pick another VP? They say, well, is that not the same thing that you Yoruba are benefiting now? You have president for 8 years, vice president, speaker, two-time speaker of the House, Bankole, Gbajabia Mila, and you are still going back for president. So if you pick a VP from our own zone, there's nothing wrong. So they take a whole lot of time to convince. Initially, he wanted to go to El-Rufai, but it couldn't work. So that's how they pick Shetima. And so Tinubu is just under duress. I think to some extent he's confused. And let's just wait and see as things keep unfolded by the day. But I'm still hoping for the Christians in the north to get out of their cocoon, let them wake up from their comfort zone and then do the needful. It will really, 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 really help. It will really.
I know that Ovie is not here today, but there's this report from INEC that his party, they have not uploaded their candidates, any information. The same thing with Shore's party. Are you concerned about, are they not participating in this? And we have about 3 more days left.
Yeah, she already said it was in INEC office. I saw some short this thing that he did this evening. He said it was in the INEC office. And, Nigeria, we are slow when it comes to the internet. We use 1G. You understand? We can't use 5G. It's Antichrist to use 5G. You understand? So, so they are very, very slow when it comes to that aspect. And also this problem with this certificate problem and every other thing. So maybe that's why we don't know. Maybe certificate also is also causing that. We don't know.
All right, Nneka. So I know you are not interested in the.
No, don't say that I'm not interested. I am.
No, I mean the Muslim.
I am, but I believe in facts. I mean, you were the one that last week you played the video with Aisha, and Aisha has said it all that they always use this religion. They use tribalistic and religion every time just to just to confuse people. So my whole take in this is that, and what Lauren said is really true, because I was born in Meduguri, Borno precisely. So I know there's a lot of Christian people over there too. So what he said is really the truth. I personally, you can, and for someone to tell me that Tinubu is under a lot of duress, he should be able to make decision that is going to benefit every Nigerian indigent. He cannot be looking at whether somebody is putting a pressure on you to do the wrong thing. If his intention is to really help Nigeria, he shouldn't be under duress with anything that is not right. When Obi picked his running mate, I went in to read this man's biography and portfolio, everything. But this very one with Tinubu, I'm reading through every minute. I'm not seeing anything that he has done for him to be the vice president. That's really not, for me, it has really nothing to do with whether he's a Muslim or he's not a Muslim. Because there's some Muslims that are going to tell you the truth. And they're not going to agree to somebody else killing somebody. And you remember that this girl's death in Sokoto is still fresh in people's mind. So, in my own take, I don't even think that he's going to win. So whether he's under duress or not, he has always been under duress anyway. So that's my take.
All right.
Okay, Jude, go ahead.
Yeah, another critical aspect of this choice is that let's even agree and say, okay, it's okay to choose Muslim, right? Now, must it be this individual under what capacity, under what criteria? Is he qualified? What are his educational background? Although he has some kind of education, right?
Has a master's degree, yeah.
Yeah, but this is a man who sits with terrorists. Okay? This is a man who espouses and finances terrorism in Nigeria. This is a man who has made such statement that is out there for about 7 years. That alienated a section of Nigeria, said that they are going to make sure that they become irrelevant in Nigeria. You want me to play you I'm sure most of us have seen that this thing going all over. This is a fact. Okay? There are so many of his videos sitting down with terrorists, just like Gumi. The same way Gumi goes around negotiate with terrorists, sit with them in a meeting, they have gun surrounding him, you see terrorists having gun. This man, there are pictures of him all over the internet. Except we want to believe that those are not true. And you know, we Nigerians, when things doesn't favor us, we believe that it's not true. But these are facts. These are there.
Yeah. No, okay.
Even his statement, like for instance, that statement he made that is going around, all of us that are here in Western world, that statement alone, nobody, no candidate in the world, in the Western world that will make such a statement that will even be considered to even become a senator, not to talk about being number 2 man in a society.
All right. Thank you, Jude. Let's introduce the people that just joined us. Okija and Okija, welcome to the show.
Okay. Good evening, guys, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Okija, we are talking about the reaction, what do you call it, backlash from Tinubu's choice of Shetima. Were you surprised? I mean, we're expecting that, but it looks as if the reaction is more than what was expected.
Yeah. Yes, actually, no, I didn't expect this kind of reaction, but I think Tinubu is a coward, and he doesn't believe himself. I'm not sure. I mean, like, I don't know how he had to do all this permutation and the combination. If he believes that he's a good candidate, I don't think he's the president. He's the one running for president. I don't think anywhere he makes his choice, he would, even if it's in the middle belt or in the Christian middle belt or Christian or Northwest, whatever, he's still going to win. But if he believed in himself, but I think that's an action of a man who knows he's swimming, he's drowning already. Some people say it doesn't matter. I mean, like, Tinubu is not Abiola. I mean, and Tinubu is not if you were telling me that Baba Shola, Fashola, a Muslim, chose probably Ahmed Dati, Baba Ahmed Dati. I think people will understand. These are the capable people. People will know that they are capable. But you're talking about Shetima. I mean, like Jude said a lot of things. He's not he's a suspect. He's a terrorist sympathizer. Everyone knows that. So I mean, I don't think people will tell, oh no, it's true. They talk about it on Arise. They talk about it on Channel TV, and nobody's disputing that. And then you're talking about a man that is, I mean, I'm just saying this, not literally, but a man who's going to the grave already. A man, he's what are you talking about? You have that man with a terrorist sympathizer. And the issue is this, Nigeria, this is not 1993. 1991, 92 or 1993, whatever, when Abiola won. Nigeria was in a different state, okay? People wanted the military to go, to start with. But this time around, from what has happened over the past 8 years now, upon every parastatal in Nigeria, every major agency in Nigeria headed by a Muslim. The Senate president is a Muslim. The House of Rep, whatever, what do you call it? The speaker is a Muslim. The one that left, what do you call it? The Chief Justice, a Muslim. NMPC, I mean, like, come on, what are you telling people? There are cabals, there are cabals. People are saying it. There are cabals or, around Buhari that are, pursuing this agenda. They don't have brain, and they are driving Nigeria to the grave, but people don't know about it. The Middle Belt, they are bitter. They've had people killed by Muslims, killed by, Boko Haram, killed by Fulani headmen all over. The choice is not sensitive. You don't have... People are suffering, and they're always, everybody, like, what's his name, governor of Benue State, they're accusing the Muslims, they're accusing housemen, they're accusing Fulanis, Muslim Fulanis, Islamic fundamentalists, and then all of a sudden, you impose this on a nation that is boiling already with religious tension. I mean, that's insensitive. So I mean, I don't blame Christian Association of Nigeria. They will say whatever they will say. People that will vote for Buhari, I mean, what's his name? Tinubu will vote for Tinubu, but I know that majority of the Christians, in the north, they will not. If this doesn't go down well with them, so they will vote and they will not vote for the candidate.
All right, Eddie, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Where are you joining us from, please?
The United States.
Okay. All right. So what is your take on the conversation we're having?
All right. Here's what I see. Right. Nigeria's is in a situation right now where religion is actually a major factor of what goes down in that country. I'm looking at it this way. The Muslims. I'm sorry. I'm not someone who criticizes any religion. I believe you have the right to worship whoever you want to worship and do whatever you want to do with your life. But turn the situation around. Let's say you had a Christian and a Christian ticket. What do you think the position of the Muslims would be right now? Of course, they won't be happy. Why do we have to always go with what we think Northerners want and not what the people want? I put this back to the point where where our so-called delegates, the problem of the current situation we are in now is where the delegates are the ones who go ahead to elect the flag bearers for each party. I always say that's where the problem of Nigeria is. There needs to be a way to throw the power back to the people in a sense where they will be the ones to actually nominate who will be the flag bearer to represent them in that election. In the sense that you take away the delegates, throw the thing back to the people. Let whoever wants to go to that place go to the people and explain why he needs to be there, or what he wants to go and do for them. Then when he gets there, this so-called religion something will not be the central focus, because we will say, okay, we made the choice for this guy to go there and elect, represent us, and we are not doing it because he's a Muslim or he's a Christian. He's going there because he has something to do for them, and he told us that we are sending him there. All these factors we are seeing today is because we have delegates who go there. They for some reason they are giving monies and they vote what those monies tell their conscience to do. They are not doing things because the common man on the street is asking them to go there. That's why we have these problems with religion. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate the state which Nigeria is in today. You have the elites. You have the elites now saying, oh, you have to choose a Muslim ticket or a Christian ticket. The poor man doesn't care about that nonsense. They don't. Ask the common man what his problem is. I never eat. How do we make things better for us?
Okay.
If you have,
I'm
sorry. If you have someone who is going there to represent the people, they will not bother about religion. They will not be bothered about it.
So Austin, let me ask you. Thank you, Eddie. Austin, let me ask you. If actually, because we have to look at things from different angles. If this is so terrible, okay, why people who don't like Tinubu should be happy that he made a terrible mistake and now they can easily defeat him? Why are people so worried about this? Is it because that he could still win? Are people worried that he could still win and have a vice president who would be a Muslim? Is that why people are? Because if it's a terrible mistake, like Lawa said, then people in the other party, like Atiku and Obi and the other Kwankwaso, so we should be happy that he made a big blunder and that they have a chance of winning. But it doesn't look like that is what's going on.
Yeah, if actually the ideals upholds in Nigeria, nobody will even be talking about this. And because it has already given us opportunities to make wonderful results. But because we know what is still happening, because we are still not sure that the votes will count, because we are not sure that there will be election, but we are sure that there will be results. So if we are sure that there will be election, if every vote will count, I mean, this will not be an issue. People are only crying because so that we're all suspecting that they will still do the normal thing. But there is something I'm reading from this. When did it become about winnability? In 2007, who was Goodluck Jonathan when Peter Odley was contesting? Peter Odley had the South. Peter Odley had the number. But they gave it to Goodluck Jonathan because they knew, PDP knew then that they would definitely win the election. In 2015, Buhari was from the North. Who was Oshibanjo? Oshibanjo wouldn't have won any election in the West, even in Lagos. He wouldn't have. Nobody knew him. But they knew, because they had planned their game, they knew that they were winning the election in 2015. They knew that. So this election law they signed is giving them a shake because they've not mastered what they signed. They don't know what they signed. So that is why this kind of gathering is important. So that people will know. Let us try once again. Let people try their PVC. Once again, it might work. It might help us.
All right.
Can I say something?
Okay, Neka first, and then I'll come to you.
Okay.
Neka, you have to mute yourself.
You know, you're making me to repeat what I've said before.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say something.
No. You're
okay. Don't worry, Neka.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I thought you wanted to. I had someone.
Okay. Yeah, just for the record, our electoral law as it stands today is against vote buying, even if it's not being enforced, just for the record. All right, so before we continue to go ahead and normalizing the abnormal, and that is why Africa will not rise, because Africa normalizes the abnormal. Until we come to begin to, meanwhile, most of the time we refer to Western world, but we don't copy the good things they have. We only copy the bad aspect. All right, and moreover, this election actually is to the best advantage of the choice, is to the greater advantage of Obi. But the reason why everybody feel concerned is that we are in a country that's supposed to be a secular nation, okay? And something like this shouldn't even be thought of, not to talk about being implemented, okay? So it shouldn't be thought of. Otherwise, because like somebody asked a question, if this thing were to have happened the other way around, if we have two major parties, and in that two major party is Christian all along, by now Nigeria would have been in flame. Trust me. If just by somebody speaking against Muhammad, people will start killing. Even in another country, when someone speaks against Muhammad, people are dying in Nigeria. Not to talk about when you now choose Christian. Come on now, let's be sincere. What could have been happening in Nigeria now?
Okay, let's go. Andrew, go ahead. Andrew, go ahead.
Can I?
Yeah. Andrew, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. For what Augustine said is what I want to say. He actually said the right thing, because Nigerians, we will not be talking about Muslim ticket if the vote will count. But we are in a country whereby the ruling party is boasting on their power. Take example, in Yobe North, Lawan contested for APC primary presidential ticket and he lost. Machinda contested for APC senatorial constitutional election and he won. Lawan lost at the national. Lawan came back and putting pressure on APC, telling them that Machinda have to step down for him to go back to the Senate. So Machinda said no, that Lawan did not contested for this election. He went for the presidency. And why are they coming back? Somebody that did not contest the election at all want to come for him to step down. He said no. What did APC say? APC told him to go to court. But thank God, INEC have said that you can't force nobody to withdraw until the person have to write the letter and come by himself. So what did INEC did? INEC left Yobe North senatorial constituent vacant. Why? Because APC, they know what they are doing. So the other guy named supposed to be there. He's not supposed to be vacant, but because APC is boasting on their power, they know that they're going to ring 2023 election. And that is where Nigeria will start to break. So that is why this Muslim ticket is a concern. There is no inclusiveness. That is what people are yelling for. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Paul, there's a prospect. I mean, the worst case, people are thinking about the worst case. This could trigger something that we have not seen in Nigeria before. We've had ethnic issues, and if you enter the religious realm issues, do you think Nigeria can withstand or survive that, especially at this point when everybody's already incensed and angry at everything after Buhari?
The greatest war you can fight anywhere in the world is religious war. It's very, very tough. It's complex because in a family, people can be very, very divided when it comes to religion. So, religion and tribal, these two wars can be very, very, very delicate, very, very tough. I don't see Nigeria fight. We're just going to lose life. People just going to suffer. Nigerians are not ready when it comes to things like that. I don't really see that. But the way this election is going, I just believe that the Peter Obi and the Kwankwaso team, these big men, call them that English that they know how to speak. They say, leave them. These are inconsequential. These are irrelevant people. They believe that Obi can't make any difference. They just believe he's entertaining us into social media. So that's why. So they also understand very well that the election is between Tinubu and Atiku. So if they pick Muslim, which means they know Atiku going to get majority of his vote from Muslim. So that's why they are calculating it to also drag that same Muslim vote with Atiku in the north, knowing fully well that comes to the south, they're going to cover the south. That is Tinubu's calculation. So Obi to him is irrelevant. You know, the way soldier will say, damn bouncer, bloody civilian. That's how these politicians see Obi and Kwankwa. So these are bloody civilians. These are not already people. So that's just their calculation. Because if they calculate very well, they knowing fully well that if all Christians vote for Obi in the north and all Christians vote for Obi in the south, and Atiku and Tinubu is dragging down Muslim plus Kwankwaso that will take majority chunk of the vote in Kanu, Jigawa, and Yobe, then the answer is they've already lost. You understand? But they still believe. But another thing, one of the INEC commissioners said it clearly. Even though when the INEC chairman is saying another thing, those people that are registering now, they said their permanent voters card will be ready come January. And the election is February. What about if rain fall? You know, I don't know whether you watch something that they call DSTV in Nigeria. If rain fall, GSTV no go work. If rain fall, internet go to shake. What about if rain fall? Voters card won't be ready. Like I asked myself, I may be very, very young, doctor, I don't know of you. I could remember those days when we were writing exams, anything. We'll go to a bank called AfriBank. That's where you buy all those things. The banks already have, like the politician would say, the bank already have the structure on ground. Why not give this contract to bank to register people from PVC? They already have the structure. You pay people per head. You know, the bank will tell the marketers and everything, you must register 200 people a day or you risk losing your job. They won't do that. They carry somebody from the street that don't even know how to turn off computer to register people. That's how you see people who stay there for 10 hours. They can be able to register 1 or 2 people. That is the height of stupidity. That is the real rigging. You understand? From the PVC. So they also understand all these people now is Obi's vote, but if they don't have their voters card, they are just like people who live in America and UK, like you and I. They won't vote. Yeah.
All right.
That's
All right. Let me play a video, and then when we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
It's easy. And you know it was easy when you were there as a military leader. But what made it easy? Justice. With justice, you can rule Nigeria well. Justice is the key. If you do justice to all and sundry, and I say all and sundry, because Allah said, فَإِذَا حَكَمْتُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ أَنْ تَحْكُمُوا بِالْعَدْلِ. If you are going to judge between people, do justice. irrespective of their tribe, religion, or even political inclination. Justice must be done to whosoever deserves it. Power can remain in the hands of an infidel if he is just and fair, but it will not remain in the hands of a believer if he is unfair and unjust. Behind every crisis anywhere in the world is injustice. The solution.
That was Maitama Sule, the late diplomat, talking about justice and the role it plays. I want to bring up the issue of Hakim Baba Ahmed, the brother of Yusuf Baba Ahmed, that is Obi's VP running mate. It spoke the other day, and he said that Buhari should resign and hand over power to the vice president, that Buhari has failed. What is your take on that? Why now? Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, I think Buhari could have been resigned long time ago because, okay, for example, now see what happened in with the Kuja prison and all that. The same day, the guy traveled to Senegal or somewhere. Like, it doesn't happen in any other country. You will see there was a time that there was a killing in Benue State. This man cannot even travel there and consult people. Like, things happen in, like, okay, so what exactly for example, what happened in Ondo State? You know, if it is like, if we have a sensible president, like, you can go there and consult with the people. This thing happened in prison, and something happened, and the same man travel and leave the country. Like, it doesn't make any sense, you know. So he could have resigned a long time ago. They've been saying it, but like, I don't think there's no people that can like force make that thing happen. You know, people have been crying for years that he should resign. He shouldn't be in power. Like, there's so many reasons. There's so many things that Buhari could have left power long time ago, but it's not happening. This is his last year, so let him just stay till the end of his regime. You know, so yeah, he could have left power long time ago, but it doesn't happen.
This is what Buhari said recently that made Baba made to say that. He said, "I wish the person who is coming after me the very best. I'm eager to go. I can tell you it has been tough." Okija.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people who want Buhari to resign. I don't know. Do you think Buhari wants to resign actually? But you know, there is a cabal. I mean, like, you know, didn't you guys listen to what the wife when she said that people are controlling him? Why? That he doesn't know people who who they recruited. Listen, Buhari, he is tired. The man is sick. From my analysis, I think the man had stroke. He has stroke because his speech is it's true. His speech is impaired. If you listen to him, compared to the way he was before, you understand that probably he had a stroke. The man is tired. The man wants to go, but those cabal, because without him, because if Osibanjo takes charge, things will change. But they need him to be there, for them to let him stay there for while they fleece Nigeria, do whatever they want to do with everybody, exercise power. They are kingmakers, yeah, that's the thing. Some of them with some religious aim, like the terrorist sympathizer, what's his name, the Professor Pantami, so those ones, they're doing all they're doing behind and creating problems for Nigeria. I mean, like, what's his name, who answered the question about if there would be disruption in Nigeria, if there would be what do you call it? Anyway, so,
Christian, yeah.
yeah, I mean, this election, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm scared. I was in a group and I was talking to people. They were talking about PVC. For my, kind of, friends and people who are related to me. And I told them, like the people in the East, I told them, listen, get your PVC and get a good gun. I'm not talking about, the barrel or pump action. I'm talking about, heavy machine. If you know how to make a winning way, make a winning way. If you know how to make, anything, make something heavy. Because, no, it's true. Because from what we have heard, from what is going on, you see these people in the bush everywhere. I mean, like, Owe massacre. I mean, could you imagine that in a church? I mean, the Yoruba land, typical Yoruba land, and they massacre people in the church. And they are kidnapping in the East, kidnapping they kidnap a bishop, primate of the Methodist Church, kidnapping so many people. That road, they're still kidnapping people there, and they are being shielded by the Nigerian army. So things are brewing. These people are penetrating. I don't know if you guys watch TV or channel or whatever. You see people got bullets. You see all these big bullets, coming from, transported from everywhere. There were this group they arrested in I think in Oshun State. They put this in bags of rice and bags of beans. I don't know. So I'm scared, this election. I don't know what they are planning, but I'm scared that something ominous is hanging all over Nigeria, and that is gonna be catastrophic. Some people are saying that people will not fight. Listen, if they take the fight to you, there's nothing you can do. You have to fight to defend your land, to defend yourself. That's why I keep telling, except if you are not prepared, except if you don't have your, your arms and ammunition. That's why I keep telling them, get your arms and ammunition and get your PVC.
Yeah. So Rudolph, just to add to the answer Okija gave,
okay,
just to talk about the Northerners. When I talk about Buhari and remember the Northerners, I have pity on them because I'm not talking from the East because we have it the best. When I mention Buhari, I mean not Joseph Carlo, I mean Rochas, I mean Tinubu. But when I mention Peter Obi, I'm talking about Fashola. I'm talking about Ahmed. I'm talking about the good guys in the north. So I pity these Northerners because the good ones have suffered the shame Buhari have brought to the entire country and to them, because when the East is venting, he's looking at the Northerners, and the Northerners, all of them feel that we're insulting them. The good ones are really suffering. So for him to say that he should resign, they have taken a lot from him. Because all what we need is just the best. I remember telling Peter Obi one time in Abia State, say, can you come and be the governor of Abia State? Peter Obi is from Anambra State. So if I have the best hand that will handle the country, no matter where the person is coming from, nobody will be worried about this. We're only mentioning this because we have people who are nuisance that have taken our political space and they're making decisions that is not fair to even themselves.
And sorry, Rudolph, but I discussed it with a friend of mine. And there is no agenda, the North, they have agenda to develop the North. I mean, that's what, scares me. It's not that they have any plan, to fix the North, to put the North into, maybe agriculture or whatever, to make them, financially stable. I mean, it's crazy. I just don't understand this. They just, just do things.
All right, hold on, everybody. We will be back. Let me just play this.
Can you honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better? Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home? Is the Naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago? I, Muhammad Buhari, am urging you to have your PVC, and on election day, you go peacefully and vote and make sure your vote count. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 7 years ago, or getting to 8 now. We are approaching the 8th year. Yeah, go ahead.
You see, Like they say in the Bible, when you judge yourself, you will no longer be judged by others. If this buffoon now should judge himself by this singular thing that he has said, he should have long time ago resigned and tender apology to every Nigerian for occupying that useful position or that useful space in the Nigerian leadership, for wasting it, because he has virtually wasted Nigerians 7 good years. He has wasted every Nigerian. PVC, let me put it. Naira, what was Naira when he came in? Less than 200 Naira when he came in. Less than 200 to $1.
150.
Around 150, hovering between 150, 180. Okay. What is the
145 in Oka? I lost my sister then, man.
So with all the things he has said, security, how many people goes to farm today in our country? How many people goes to farm? In the northern side, people have to pay terrorists tax before they allow them to go to their farms. In the east, what made Nnamdi to initiate the Eastern Security Network? Is it not to protect our farmers so that they will be able to farm? Now, with everything that this man has said, compare it to what is happening to the reality we have on ground today. We all
Mr. Jude, why can't you give Buhari chance? Like they give Thomas Edison chance. Give Buhari chance.
No, actually, no. Paul, you are laughing. It's not a joke, because actually
now so fella talk that since we can't cry, maybe we just laugh. No, that was depression.
No, but they still say that Buhari will fix things before he leaves office. So I was only surprised that recently he just started saying that he's done, he's tired, he wants.
But Buhari has already fixed this. Buhari actualized every purpose that he wanted. You understand?
Exactly.
Remember, it is Buhari time that officially the Fulani said, we are Fulani, we are not Fulani, we are not Hausa Fulani. Officially, he achieved the purpose for the Fulani. That is his agenda. And he achieved it 100 over 100. You understand? Buhari did not represent the so-called Kanuri. He did not represent the so-called Hausa. Buhari only go there to represent Fulani and Fulani alone. He achieved his purpose. You understand? It's just that I could remember my younger brother when he was learning how to read when we were young. So if my mother sent him, go and buy rice, this boy will start spelling rice. Then the boy will reach the place where he won't buy something. The woman, which he won't buy. Then the woman will carry salt to give her. Then my brother will spare rice, then bring salt back home. That is Buhari for you.
No, but Paul, sorry, Paul, but you know what Fulani, okay, he made Fulanis, but what did they achieve? I mean, like probably gave them money. Did they build industry? What is going to happen to the money after
It's just power and power alone, just like our traditional rulers. It's just power and power alone. They don't bring development. They don't bring anything. They don't attract anything. We just respect them as king and that and this. They don't bring nothing. It's just power they are just looking for.
Okay.
You know, then also, Doctor, please, let me address one issue. I know I want to look for Mr. Jude's trouble, but I have to say, Mr. Jude, when it comes to Shetima, I think you're making a mistake between Shetima and Ali Modu Sheriff.
Yes.
Shetima was fighting the Boko Haram. Shetima went to Aso Rock several times. In fact, he went to the villa crying to beg the president to do something. That was what brought Shetima even to limelight. That is one of the best governors who really tried with his limited resources. He doesn't have army. He doesn't have anything.
Also, he's not the one that said all the kind of thing that leaked video. I don't know if you're
not Shetima. No, it was not Shetima. It was not Shetima. It was not Shetima.
I thought it's the same.
I just want to correct that part because it's not only you. So many people keep saying that.
The conversation with Abusi.
It's not true. Shetima said it.
Here's a conversation with Abusi. Shetima said it actually. Yeah, the conversation with Abusi is Shetima.
He was the one also that
conversation with Abusi and Shetima.
Yeah. To buy more arms to kill.
Exactly.
No. It's I want to say something.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that Shetima suffered from the Boko Haram so much.
No,
you understand? So Shetima might be talking like the Zafara governor that say, go and get arms. If you must rule your state, you have to fight for yourself. That I can agree, because Shetima couldn't achieve much because the Boko Haram, they deal with him tremendously. He was not with them.
Remember, we have up to 4 to 5 factions of a terrorist group in Nigeria now, right? I'm sure you are aware of that. Now,
During Shetima's time, it was Boko Haram.
Now,
remember when Boko Haram started, they started by killing Muslims, because the meaning of Boko Haram, the meaning is against Western education. So if you are a Muslim and you are doing anything of the West, they kill you. They didn't touch Christian at all. It was Muslim that they were dealing with. Somewhere along the line, it became a commercial venture where people start making money off it. That's where they go haywire. But when they started, they never touched any Christian. If you look at even when they started during the Obasanjo's time to Jonathan's time, they didn't start doing anything with Christian, because as a Christian, you are already of the other faith. It was Muslim that they are killing anybody as a Muslim that they embrace the West. You understand? Yeah.
Moreover,
I just want to correct that part.
Yeah, no, I think it's Shetima, okay? There are many other governors in the north that was indicted about, I think it was last year, when in Abu Dhabi, what is it?
Dubai.
UAE. You know how many, when they captured some Nigerian terrorists, about how many of them, 11 of them or so, they gave Nigeria a list of all the people involved, including governors, including those in the administrations.
The mistake is that they keep that list in where they keep Tinubu's results. So it's going to be hard to bring the list out.
That is nobody, but those people were people.
Okay, guys.
Privy to that list. Shetima is one of the people made it in that list.
Okay, guys. Let me. We have new people that joined us. Let's get them involved in the conversation. Onoche, welcome to the show.
I posted
can you hear me?
link.
Yeah, thank you, doctor. Thank you. Please, I have just little thing to say. I hope you guys won't crucify me if I say my mind.
Oh, of course. That's have your say. You are here to say your have your say.
Free credit scores on credit card. Nigeria, every region go with their problems. Period. Because we have to. Peter Obi is trying to complete Nnamdi Azikiwe's mistake, thinking he's doing good. He didn't know he's doing bad. Now, if we follow Peter Obi into this new Nigeria, we to move out to be that is slavery completed. You got me?
All right. Thank you.
I am against election.
Okay.
I support referendum for Biafra.
Okay.
Sorry for those that are offended.
No.
That's my position.
No, this show is where you have your say. We don't mind what you say.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Your mind. Thank you so much.
I have a link of that audio. If anyone wants it, I will send it to the person.
Okay.
It's all about the places.
The Priest of Peace. Welcome to the show. Unmute yourself, please.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. I think. We cannot overemphasize the issue of Tinubu and his running mate. We cannot overemphasize it. We know what is at stake right now. When we look back, what is happening right now in Nigeria, the beginning of it all, something came to my mind. The people that would destroy Nigeria is people from the south. The people that will aid and abet the destruction of what is coming to Nigeria, what is already in Nigeria, are the political class in the south. How can you in good conscience tell me that somebody like Tinubu, that has a record here in the US, will come back to Nigeria and become the Lord of Manor? It's unthinkable.
It's a shame.
How can you now tell me to go and vote for somebody who started Boko Haram, and we had the audio that was made to, what's his name, Kunle and Shetima? We know that. How can you, in good conscience, tell me Nigeria is wicked? Nigeria is wicked. I have always said it. Nobody is a Nigeria. Nobody. Because why? The people that gave us Nigeria didn't have the intent of giving us an identity as Nigerians. Because if they have given us the identity as Nigerians, we won't be talking what we are, we won't be saying what we are saying. So why should we go to election with this? It's unthinkable to start with. Like I always say here on this platform, I love Peter Obi and what he believes. But I will keep saying it. We have 6 months to shut Nigeria down if we can do it. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. But rain is coming. Oh. I'm not a prophet of doom. Rain, you see rain. Rain is coming. And it is going to beat everybody. And then it will be too late. The frog does not run in the afternoon in vain. So there's something my father will always say. Is an adage. He said, I don't know how to interpret it in English, but if you are an Igbo person, you will know it. He said, Ota ngarangarante, nisi kurosisi adanya. Ota ngarangarante. So if you are an Igbo person, you will understand what I'm saying, because it's an adage. So, my brother, we need to have a way and a means to tell Nigerians, but the problem is they won't listen. They will not hear, because everybody's mind is now, let's change it. It cannot be changed. It is irredeemable, period. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, we are going to round up, but before we do that, let me play a video of Shetima talking to Kunle, a little bit of that video, because it's been referred to several times today. Yeah, it's good. And we have a little bit of that video, so you can hear the conversation.
Are we mad? Do you get me? Count every 5 shops in this north. 4 shops are owned by Igbos. What is Igbo's contribution in the economy? It's not trade, and fraudulent trade for that matter, including if Igbo have cheated you, unless you can buy spare parts and tires and machine. So on also. Do you get me? Yet we accommodated them. Is it going to Dubai to bring fake drugs that we cannot do it? Now the plan is drugs now. No Igbo man will again sell drugs in this north. They are going to bring it from Kano. Drugs are brought by air. They are going to open massive coolers, rooms in Kano, and import it all north, and maybe whatever you want to buy, come and buy from Kano. Before Igbo will sell drugs again. We are tired of all this nonsense. We know how to control our places the way they control them. What we are saying is that we are all Nigerians, but we are going to learn what they are doing in Southeast and do it in the North too. It's simple. We don't have ancestors back. If Buhari today, as president of this country, want to buy land in the East, he will go and negotiate everything. Tomorrow the chiefs will come and tell him that ancestors made them yesterday night and said they should not sell the land for them. So we don't have ancestors. Oh, we are betraying ourselves. We now, our ancestors have told us that we have been careless. That's why we suffered for the past 6 years. We have to come now. It's a very serious thing. Move forward. No. We cannot, sir. The society is already adulterated. That's why, to be honest to you, let me tell you, to be honest to you, we never wanted Buhari in this law, so we wanted Konkoso. Yes. We want that's what I'm saying. If it's Konkoso, the primary, Konkoso will have defeated Buhari. Listen to me. You know the Tinubus and prefer Buhari. Because he really tried. Can you hear me? Because Konkoso will have solved this north-south problem for us within 6 months. In Kano, Konkoso gathered all the Igbos and told them that all these drugs that he closed, all those fake drugs they are selling in Kano. They know him now. So that's why we wanted Kwankwaso to be the district. Igbos met in Abuja and one of after the election that they were the ones in charge of 75% of Abuja is their own. They should be given minister of.
All right, that's a little bit of that audio. It's been out for a long time, but it's always interesting to listen to it and think about the implications of some of the things said in that audio. But we have to round up here. I appreciate everybody. We'll go around and you tell me what's keeping you up at night, and we'll continue this conversation next Saturday. So, Jude, what's keeping you up at night?
Okay, what is keeping me up at night is I keep thinking, imagine, let's assume Peter Obi wins this election and he becomes the president and he's able to go first term, third term, first term, second term. And then after 8 years, what next? Are we be going back to square one? Because then there's no way after 8 years with the way Nigeria is, they will still allow somebody like Peter Obi from the East to rule Nigeria. And we all know it is apparent that there's nobody, sorry to say, that is a fact. There is nobody from the East among the from the North among the Fulanis that is interested in technology, in advancement, that is interested in leading Nigeria to be in this 21st century, to stand, side by side with most of the developed countries in the world. That is not their interest. Their interest is Fulanization of Nigeria. So are we going to go back to square one so that those who are, who still believe election is going to solve our problem should think. That's my case tonight.
All right, thank you. Austin, what's keeping you up at night?
Obviously, I love Nigeria and we can be better. Personally, Nigeria is so small to be dragging this. If only we can give competency, only we can take our country. The youth has the capacity of taking back their country. If we can take back our country, I don't know what, the little I do here, I'm not one of the best back home. The little I do here, the way they praise me over here, you just imagine when the energy is transferred to Nigeria, when Nigeria is fixed, Nigeria will feed the whole world in all ramifications because we have talent. We have creative beings in that country.
All right, thank you. Okija, what's keeping you up at night?
Judah, I don't think if Peter B, if he gets first term and second term, I think he should be. I don't know, but I think Nigeria should start training people just like what China is doing. Before you come to the center, you have to do something in your province, in your district, and then they will invite you to the center. So Nigeria should. I think there are some capable Fulanis, they are capable households, but the thing they don't come out because all these crooks and people that have other agenda apart from bettering the life of people. They just occupy the position and they don't move, and they have people around them that give them power. So I hope if Peter Obi and Ahmed that they will train people from every part of Nigeria, young people, train them to come into leadership and take over and rule Nigeria for forever. That's my thing. And yeah, I mean, I like Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, and with diverse culture, diverse people. Just like in US, I'm so happy with, like, sometimes in American they don't understand, but there are people who don't understand the what you have. You have a multicultural, multi-ethnic society whereby but sometimes black people make fun of white people. I mean, like, all these things at all. Comedian can someone can become a comedian because a black comedian become good because he makes joke about white people. And they like him, and he makes money. So I mean, that's why I love America. How people make money in America. From so people, you could be crazy and be making money. You could be just anything, you be making money. Comedians were not making money in Nigeria, but they were making money in America, and it has catch out Nigeria in Nigeria. So Nigeria, it's a place that will be an ideal, a place all black people in Africa will look up to. But Nigeria has to live up to expectation. And I'm hoping that it will do that, but I'm scared. That's what keeping me up at night. This election. Sometimes I just say to my mind, I hope they won't have this election, because what I foresee if these things that are playing on with Tinubu, and then people are talking now, and then it gets into religion, and I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen.
All right, thank you, Okija. Paul, what's keeping you up at night?
Yeah, Doctor, what keeps me up at night? It is I watch my dad growing up. My dad drive a chair over car twice. It was good. Then I watched when things was tough for my dad. Then when my dad started picking up again, it was hard on my dad because there's a lot of money on my dad's pockets. But my dad still think like a poor man because his mentality changed drastically, and it was very, very tough on us. So seeing some of my friends, my siblings, nieces, nephews, the way they struggle, the type of thinking, they can even, an average Nigerian today cannot make a sentence without using the word God. If not be God, not Jesus, which means they can't even think, they can't come up with something positive without believing that there must be a miracle to it. You understand? Without believing that there must be a favor to it. I wonder how we can be able to strive here in the US with our heavy accent and the likes looking down on us because of this. Still give us chance for us to thrive, and we are doing better with ourselves. I just want to hope the same thing, that it will someday, sometime happen in Nigeria, where people can think, people can convince. I see an average Igbo boy come to Lagos, struggle. Within minutes, they started doing well for themselves. You understand? With no knowledge. These people, when GSM came to Nigeria, they didn't go to no school, no nothing. Overnight, you just hear one place called Computer Village. This guy started fixing phone, fix laptop with nothing, and they're doing well for themselves. I just hope that we should take Nigeria to that level where we invest than this Jesus, blood of Jesus, God. They can't make sense. It troubles me a lot. I tell my siblings that I don't feel for them, but I feel for their innocent kids who end up grow up and start thinking like them. Everything is God, the God factor. It
All
makes
right.
me worry.
All right, thank you so much. Onoche, what's keeping you up at night?
Mine is simple as usual, Doc. When our leader will be released, so that we start from where he stopped, because without Mazi, we won't be able to organize ourselves. I'm sorry, we now have autopilot, auto this, auto that, because Mazi is not there. So I'm begging God, let it release him on time, so that we start from where he left us. That's my only problem. For Nigeria, I've cancelled it, because if you remember, they say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Nigeria is not a fool at 60. When do you think Nigeria will recover? I've lost hope. Just divide the nation. Everybody go with their problems and solve it their own way. That's my own take.
Thank you.
I'm sorry if I offended anybody, in the panel.
No, you don't have to apologize on this show. No, thank you so much. Let's go. What's keeping you up at night?
Thank you.
No, let's
Thank
go.
you.
I want to be last, the priest.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you so much. What bothers me in Nigeria is example, our victims was yesterday survivors, and our people become the victim. So I don't know who will be the next. And we live in a country where we don't see our president, nobody talk to us. The land is bleeding, there is blood everywhere. Nobody's talking about it. Our schools are on strike. Nobody's talking about that. And we want to vote the same people. What keeps me awake is this man, Adibanjo, my favorite man in Nigeria. Every day I pray that I can be able to meet him one day, because he said what Nigeria is. Okay, he said that yesterday he said, Nigeria can never move forward. We dream of technology, this and that, but we are sitting in a fraudulent constitution. Let me ask this question. Has anybody here read Nigerian constitution? Settle down, read it, and digest it. When you read Nigerian constitution, you will know that we are in a serious problem. That constitution is where we are today. Until that constitution change, nothing is going to work. It will get worse. I urge anybody to go and settle down, preview Nigerian constitution, and judge yourself with it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. The priest of peace, what's keeping you up at night?
Doctor, please, maybe one day we're going to have a discussion on Nigerian constitution.
Yes, yes. But you have to promise you read it and you come with your thoughts.
Yeah, everybody will read, and then maybe in part, give us chapters.
Yes, we need it, please.
Oh, nice. I vote for that.
Yeah, we need it. I'm telling you, we need it.
All right. The priest of peace.
Okay. What keeps me up at night is that an average Nigerian doesn't think for himself anymore. Because why? The political class has weaponized everything against the average Nigerian, even the intellectual. I believe you got what I sent you, brother. Mm-hmm. You got the message. Yeah, you can understand. These guys that were talking with me in that car, they were 3 of them were doctors, doctorate degree holders, and none of them is less than 60-something years old. At least the youngest there is about 54. So I asked them before they started talking to me. And now you can see the degradation that is already in the polity in Nigeria. So that is what keeps me awake all the time. And when I think about it, it breaks my heart. Again, Nigerians are not angry enough. You see, going by what I sent you and what I am seeing, there will be a deadlock. In this election, there will be a very big deadlock because APC already has a war chest. They have everything. They have the army, they have the police, they have the navy, they have everything. The instrument of coercion,
INEC.
they have it.
They have INEC too.
They have I'm telling you, everything, they have it. And they have the money. Check out the stuff they did, the selection they did, and how much they raked in. So, who want to match them? How can you match these people? Peter Obi might win, but they won't give it to him. Another 1993 is coming. I was sorry, 1993, I was taking my senior WAEC. 1993. I did my WAEC in 1993. So tell me, somebody that was born, I pity. I don't know if it is pity or what. Somebody that is born in 1993 has no hope and is hopelessly championing these people that have destroyed everything that will make life meaningful for every Nigeria. So it is so sad that we have seen ourselves, or we find ourselves in this position. And I will always say this: referendum to restructure Nigeria is where I stand. If there will still be hope, but going by what is going on, it is irredeemable. Take it to the bank, it will cash. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I really appreciate all your time. I know that we've been on for almost 3 hours. So, Jude, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.
Augustine, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate this platform.
Kuja, thank you so much for joining us.
Good night, everybody.
And good night to us here in Europe.
Let's go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, especially those that are in Europe. I didn't actually ask people. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. We will survive this.
Anoche, thank you so much.
God bless you for hosting us.
Okay, and Paul, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, the dog.
Okay. Arizona man.
See you all.